And we are live. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so remember, boys, cameras over here. Okay, welcome, everyone. This is the Canucks Uncensored Podcast or live stream. I'm Jord, Larschied.
This is Witt the Wizard Chau.
And we have a very special guest in the house today on the Uncensored couch in the Uncensored HQ. Tyler from the Line Change.
What's up, everybody?
Thanks for joining us today, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We did a casting call for the Uncensored Sofa, and here is one who called out and answered.
Alfred already. Ty in the house.
Yeah,
buddy.
Ty wanted to join us on the Uncensored couch because I guess he has a lot of things he wants to get off his chest. Well, you know what, Tyler? That's what the Uncensored couch is all about. Okay, it's just us at Canucks Uncensored. Yes, we are. It's Jordan, Larschied, and Witt the Wizard Chau, but it's not just us two. Okay, we're all about the community. We are all about the Canucks fans' voice. And if anybody ever wants to bring their voice, right? But the Line Change, everybody, you got to check him out on his YouTube channel. Okay, the first thing that's the most key to do after we get off is if you haven't already subscribed to Tyler, make sure you do that. Okay, he does great stuff. He puts in a lot of time. He puts in a lot of work, just like all of the rest of us in the Canucks YouTube community. But Tyler, he really sees the time and the love he puts into his content and the time and the love he puts into the Vancouver Canucks.
Even when they suck.
Even when they suck.
Not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely not an easy thing to do. Okay, but everyone, please welcome Tyler from the Line Change to the Uncensored couch, and thank you guys for joining us tonight on our live stream. All you guys who are already in the comments, we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right. But Tyler, yeah, anything you want to address to the Uncensored audience today? Right off the bat.
Well, I see Irvin's comment. Who's asked, do I need to kiss to get on the stream?
Oh, here it is.
I didn't kiss no one.
On the very bottom.
On the very bottom. I just asked.
So, Irvin, who's asked, do I need to get on the stream? Well, apparently you haven't kissed enough ass. All right, so, but ladies and gentlemen, my goodness. All right, well, hey, I think we need to make the next video. What will Swerve do?
Swerve will do this.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, right? Holy. We don't want to even get to anywhere near what Tyler had to do to get on this show.
Anyways,
Yeah.
You guys, we have this. We have a great audience in the chat already. Okay, but yes, welcome to your number one destination for unfiltered, raw, honest, candid, non-mainstream, and of course, uncensored commentary about, well, you know who, those Vancouver Canucks. All right. We have a loaded show for you guys tonight, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. We got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about. There is, even when the Stanley Cup has already been handed, the championship is already done. The Canucks are out of the picture a long time ago.
Yeah, it feels like that was so long ago.
Doesn't it?
It feels like it was like 6 months ago.
It does. And it was merely only like what?
A few months.
2 months since we've seen Canucks hockey.
yes.
But they just, there's always something to talk about. There's always something to try to unpack with them, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially with Aquafina.
Aquafina.
As Alfred likes to.
Wow. Well, okay. Well, Tyler, I'm glad you brought him up. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a question I want to ask everybody, and Witt is just like, no, don't ask this. Don't ask this. Okay. But I want to ask everybody this. Okay. Do you think the Canucks need new ownership?
Yes.
Expand. Why?
Well, I think Aquafina has lost his marbles. I mean, just look at all the stuff he's done. The whole Luongo stuff. That's not necessarily completely on him, but the way all that stuff was handled, and then the whole Horvat, Miller, PD stuff. He's not taking responsibility for this because it is a little bit on him too, not fixing things.
You know that you just said that. I never really even realized that.
No, he is not one.
You have not heard the owner speak basically anything about what has gone wrong with the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're right. I don't know. You guys tell us in the comments, okay? Do you think it's up to the owner to do that? And do you feel that the Canucks owner should be talking when shit hits the fan?
Yeah, at least talk somewhat about it. Obviously, leave that more so for Rutherford and Alvin, but at least say something. Say something like back them or something like that. Don't just sit silently on the sidelines. And then post a tweet when Abbotsford wins with the hashtag team not for sale.
Now, okay, so now that you brought this up, okay, now that you've brought this up, Tyler, that's a great segue. Look at this tweet, okay, from Francesco himself. I mean, you can read into this how you want, okay? Lessons from the locker room is a highlight of my year. Connecting with future leaders, hearing their dreams, and this year discussing and sharing insights like the 4 agreements and investment in oneself and one's future. He just said a whole lot of gibberish just there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right. Proud to have these kids as part of my Canucks team.
This is the guy that approves of trading away all the kids. And now he's so proud of these kids.
Yeah.
The kids that
They
stayed.
actually brought him a championship.
So, if I'm not mistaken, is this are these the youth in the bottom here? Or is this the team, or who are these kids?
I have no idea who those
Right?
are.
Okay, and the other thing that we wanted to share was this. Is this one to it?
Was there one more?
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Down there, you see it.
Where? Team not for sale.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm seeing right now.
He's acknowledging.
He's acknowledging, yes, but he's also using his farm team as his excuse to speak and to throw a little bit of shade, as we see here as hashtag team not for sale.
And you know what the best part is?
What's that?
This guy made it so that you can't reply to him. He did because he knows he's gonna get flamed.
Ownership, who doesn't want to take the blame or the criticism. My goodness. Well, I'm glad we got that on board.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler, because
This guy knows how to say all the right things, but his actions are complete opposite. He doesn't know how to back up anything.
well, exactly, right?
He doesn't.
And there are a lot of things that you just brought up earlier, Tyler, that we're okay. The Horvat thing, Luongo thing, you need to expand. Okay, we'll come back to that, but you will need to expand because I don't know all the stories. Obviously, you've heard some stories that.
Well, there's one thing that you did mention that I do want to mention that I haven't mentioned ever is that. Who was it? So Aquilini brought in Bruce Boudreau. He brought him in himself before Rutherford was hired, right? And then when Rutherford was hired, apparently Rutherford said, I thought Bruce was only there for 1 year. I didn't know he had an option year. I didn't know that we could also sign him back that year. So what if Aquilini didn't say anything and just said what he needed to say just to get Jim Rutherford to sign here? And then tell him afterwards, hey, by the way, we got Bruce for 1 more year. It's not just for this year. I think that's kind of shit.
Yeah.
Bullshit, actually. But like that's terrible that Rutherford would come out and say, I had no clue about this. He said it himself. He remember?
Yeah,
he already said it. He said it.
He said he wanted them gone. He wanted Bruce gone. Like as soon as he came in, he wanted him gone. He wanted his own coach. And Aquilini said no.
Listened to him.
Aquilini said no.
Oh, okay.
He said no.
Yeah, he said we're keeping Bruce another year.
The only reason why he kicked him out after is because Bruce or Aquilini wants winning hockey, and he saw Bruce kept losing, and he's like, okay, maybe we got to make a change. Fine, you can fire him. You know what I mean? Like,
so basically, what you guys are saying is it's just the handling of each situation wasn't probably the best.
No,
and just made everyone involved just look, work worse.
Mhm.
That's not what an owner needs to do. An owner needs to make sure the organization is looking good.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't he also fly to Luongo's house during like draft when Schneider was traded? And then he told Luongo to shut off the TV and then said, "Hey, I'm just letting you know we're not trading you. You are our guy."
Yeah, he said we're trading Schneider instead of you.
And then Luongo said, "I almost blacked out."
Man, okay, so all these stories, okay, all these stories, whether they be true or not, okay, because this is always just reports and stuff, right?
Well, this is
But-
true though.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is actually true. I'm not speculating.
So what would you guys say if we, Tyler, since you say, and obviously Witt and I agree, what would a new owner or a better owner do that's better than what Aquilini's doing today? What's the number one thing?
Take responsibility.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Take responsibility and show your fans that you care.
Mm-hmm.
Show the people that you care.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, is don't meddle in decisions.
Don't make all the decisions, but that also
me, that-
all encompassing into showing us that you care.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this. Okay, Aquilini does show that he does care publicly when he gets on camera and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right? He's
Got it.
good at that. It's
Not his flaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
for sure. But I think it's more about actions rather than words,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Completely, yeah.
I think I want to see more things being done action-wise.
Mhm.
Anyways, thank you. I'm glad we got that out of the
Yeah.
way because, I'm sure those kind of things that we want to talk about on our shows,
Yeah.
right? But we do want to bring up something, okay? The Vancouver Canucks have another Hockey Hall of Famer.
It's about time.
Okay? It's finally happening.
They can't see the number.
Oh, you can't. Okay, here we go.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Right there.
Okay, it's about gosh damn time that this happened. Okay, and
No. And I don't.
990 NHL games, 1,032 NHL points.
Way more than point per game.
Yes,
Mhm.
way more points. Stanley Cup champion, New Jersey. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
hey, at least he's done. David hasn't.
Oh! Very, very nice. I love it. Okay.
Even Draisaitl.
Oh man, yes. And he's a Russian.
Mhm.
Okay. 6-time All-Star.
Mm.
76 goals in a single season. How many players can say they've done that?
Yes, the Solani is a good year, but not
Didn't
many.
McDavid?
Yeah,
Didn't he?
No.
No.
Gretzky.
I was trying to think.
You are doing yes.
Yeah.
Gretzky is definitely.
Of
Yeah,
course,
Gretzky,
Gretzky.
And then
definitely,
who's
yes.
another person that's done it? I know Solani tied it.
That's a pretty high goal. We should look that up. Okay, we'll look that up. Okay. If anyone in the comments
insane.
knows who has more,
Gurley never touched that either.
Yeah.
I don't think he did.
Gurley never
Yeah,
touched
I think
it.
never got even close. But okay, he got to 60.
Yes,
so that's
twice.
the high. Okay.
Yeah.
Lady Byng recipient. Okay, so he's a good guy on the ice.
Yeah,
Okay, apparently. World Junior gold medalist.
that's
World Championship gold medalist. Olympic gold medalist. This man is well decorated. And guess what? It took 17 years for him to get into the Hall of Fame.
way too long for
All
my.
right. Yes, way too
Yeah.
long.
Is this Alexander McGilly or is this Kurt Angle?
I was thinking good angle.
Medalist.
Everything man. Cue the Angle theme song now.
Play his song. The champ is here.
Which one? Cena?
I thought you were going to play his theme song on this.
Okay. Oh, so Alex McGilly, I remember him. All right. That is 1997. That is 11-year-old Jordan meeting Alex McGilly. You know where
Wow.
that? And that's my sister. Okay. She's wearing my old T-shirt, as you can see. I'm wearing the new one.
Yeah.
That was the first year that the whale logo came out,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and McGilly was on the team. Guess how I got this photo. Okay, you guys are a little younger, but hey, yeah, you're a little younger, but back then, the Canucks did something called the Canuck Carnival.
Oh,
Yes. And it was an event at work, General Motors Place back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. You would buy tickets. There would be in the ice area. There would be rides and stuff and carnival games, and the Canucks would be hanging out, and you could line up to meet each player.
Yeah.
Get their autograph, right? And then there would be a schedule, and you had to buy tokens as to which Canuck you wanted to meet. You get little tokens.
and you got
So
to
obviously, everyone wanted Barry. Everyone wanted. I have a photo of. Oh, I should show you this photo. Hold on.
I thought you were gonna say you got the McGilly coins, and then you're like, you know what? No one's really going for McGilly.
I should be ashamed to show this photo, but
Forbidden.
Oh my god.
Forbidden.
Oh shit, you can't focus. Okay, it's too ugly.
Talking about
No, I should probably burn this thing, okay?
Shameful.
You would line up and you would get to meet the players. Alex McGilly, I remember he was cool. All right. Memories.
Did
1997.
you want to show some highlights though, or did you have?
I did. I had some things I wanted to show. Okay, here we go. Hold on one sec.
McGilly rules, Messier rules.
Messier was a piece of shit. Okay.
You took a picture with the piece of shit.
Really fair, okay. In '97, when we got Mark Messier, I was excited. Okay. I was very excited.
That's fair.
I was like, oh shit.
Was that one season with,
I can
Burrows
understand
and
why.
McGilly? That was one line for one season?
No, they were Billy and McGilly were on the Canucks in 95, 96. So before Messier came along.
So when Messi came along, they didn't have all three at once?
They did.
They did. That's
They
what I'm
had
saying.
Burry, McGilly, and Messier all on one team.
Yes.
And Trevor Linden.
Before Trevor was traded.
Before
Trevor was traded.
Yeah. That's insane.
And a Conn Smythe, almost Conn Smythe winning goaltender in Kurt McLean. Almost Conn Smythe winner. Okay.
That's
Anyways, yes, we're going back to we're going back to Alex McGilney.
yes.
1995.
Shit, where? Oh no, I have to remove this. Sorry, we're still noobs at this, right? Hopefully the sound works. Okay. If the sound works, let us know. I mean, if it doesn't work, let us know.
Oh,
I can hear it.
kind of hear it.
Okay, if you guys can hear it, give us a one in the chat if you can hear it. Oh shit, he says no sound. Fuck. Okay, how am I gonna? Okay, how about if we mute?
Oh my god, even the younger Batman looks so ugly.
Here's the trade. Here's the trade that brought Alex McGilney to the Canucks. All right,
Deposit. Yeah. There we go.
Mike Pekka.
Oh yeah, I remember Pekka.
Wait, we had
Mike
He
Pekka.
drafted Mike
Yeah,
Pekka.
Mike
Oh
Pekka.
wow.
Okay.
I completely forgot.
And
about
then
that.
Mike Wilson, 2 mics. All right.
Okay. It was quite the trade. I was quite excited. I didn't know who McGilney was back then, but I heard he was just another Russian.
Yeah.
He was a teammate of Burrows,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I don't know, how old were you when this happened?
This is probably around when I first started watching.
Yeah.
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 You know,
What was
about roughly 95. Yeah.
what was your first memory of Pavel? Sorry, of Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a tough one. I didn't really at this time. I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
Like I just watched for the heck of it.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I didn't really know the ins and outs of the actual game, even though I was actually playing hockey at the same time too. But no, I did not know really.
Okay, so when you think about Alex McGilney,
Oh,
I think of him and Burrows.
Yeah,
for sure.
right?
Yeah. And then actually,
sure.
Dude, look at him go.
Look at him. Holy
Gosh.
Here's Burrows to McGilly. One of their few highlights together.
Yeah.
Right. I was so excited. We were like, oh shit, we have Burrows, we have McGilly now. It was just a few years from coming off the Stanley Cup Finals. We were, hey, let's get to the finals again. And then we brought in McGilly, and he was like, oh, we have another Russian superstar at our disposal.
Yeah.
Right? Wait, what about you? What's your memories of McGilly?
Quick, shifty, wasn't like Bure level for like
No.
what wasn't, but still very, very skilled.
Oh yeah.
Very fast. You know what I think is very impressive about him is his ability to protect the puck.
Yes.
With the one hand on the stick and then just creating the speed, like that's hard to do.
Well, it takes a strong motherfucker to do it, right?
Yeah.
He was a big, strong guy.
Damn, man. Like that's what I remember. Like he'd always just dangle in like top
Look at
area.
this.
He
That's
dangled
skill.
there.
Top cheese backhand,
Dude.
short side. Look, he's wearing the captain. Did you guys know he wore the C for the Canucks?
no, I didn't.
We wore it for a few games, right?
No, only in the preseason.
He's
That's preseason.
Oh,
It was only a captain in the preseason.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was short-lived. Burrows' injuries were the worst they were at the time.
the knees,
And-
right?
Huh?
Bury's knees,
Yes.
Yeah.
He had knee injuries. Oh, still Canucks. Okay. There's a lot of Canucks in this. I love it.
everyone's got a good point with them really trying hard to get Wayne Gretzky. I remember on this
Oh,
one
yeah.
was when they tried to get Wayne, and they were trying
Yes.
to have Gretzky and McGilly.
Oh,
Imagine that.
But-
imagine.
But that guy had to rush and tried to say like,
Oh yeah, I
just had to rush
still
the
to
deal.
this day I stew over that. It's like we could have had
See,
fucking Gretzky.
another
Yeah.
another example
What if
of the
What if?
Canucks just
Canuckin just doing their Canuck thing?
just doing what is stupid.
you
Yeah.
got the pretty much the greatest player of all time. You had it in the bag, and you just had to shut up for like 5 hours.
Exactly. That's it.
You just had to shut up, and then that's it.
Only this franchise.
Mhm.
Yeah, the French.
And this wasn't even they tried another time to get Gretzky too.
Yes.
This was, I think, the first attempt. Then the second attempt, I think, was like maybe 2 years later. It was before he went to the Rangers. They were trying to get, and that was the one you mentioned where, the owner was being impatient.
Yeah.
Gretzky said, "We got a handshake deal. I'll sign in the morning. I'll sign with you guys in the morning. But let me have my beauty sleep."
Yeah.
And then I forget who the owner's name, but he was like, "No, I want it now. Like we got to get it out. We got to announce it
McCall back
now." Yeah, McCall or
Was it
something like that.
McCall? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Jordan.
we
You
got to
know better
announce
than
it
me.
now. And then Pat Quinn had to go to Gretzky and say, "Hey, he wants us now." And Gretzky's like, "No, it's done. We're out. I'm
I don't
out."
blame Wayne.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't blame him at all.
I don't blame Wayne the slightest. He is the greatest player who's ever lived.
Yeah.
Okay. You do not rush the greatest player who's ever lived.
Yeah.
I-
Especially after he said, "I'll sign in the morning."
Yeah.
If you have a verbal agreement
Yeah.
from Wayne Gretzky at that time, take it.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Didn't know
we got
about-
off on a little bit of a tangent, but what else did we want to go over here today, Whit? What do you think?
There's only 2 things left.
Okay. Sure. We'll go over these, okay. Hold on. Okay, so Whit, you brought this out during the week. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't let the history repeat itself. Cost of chasing the playoffs. Well, this is indirectly speaking to, I believe.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that OEL contract's looking real good.
It's looking real nice now, isn't it?
Dude, we could have got rid of Beagle, Erickson, Roussel. We just waited 1 more year. $12 million would have been off the books.
I mean,
Uh,
just imagine if you still had that freaking Louis Erickson
Dude.
contract on the books. And OEL, jeez.
Yeah, like this is like so brutal. I mean, I know Garland is a good player, but like this still hurts us because of the buyout from OEL. But
Mhm.
this is what happens when you try to chase something and it doesn't work out. You
Yeah.
chase, you get burned, right? And
Yeah.
and the Canucks do this time and time again, where just when they're about to get out of trouble, they put themselves into more trouble, and then it
Yeah.
sets the team back. Like, this is the desperation I'm talking about. Like, the ownership loves to chase those 2 playoff games. That's and even when we know that they're not going to make it into the playoffs, they still don't sell at the deadline. They don't do that. Right? I only remember them selling when Alvin was here was when they sold like Tyler Mott, saying like, oh, we can't lose that guy for nothing.
Yeah.
Right now we're gonna lose Suter and Boeser for nothing, most likely.
Oh,
That's why I don't understand the logic, right? I don't. So that's why like I gotta give Locked On Canucks credit. That was his tweet on the bottom there. It says if Canucks kept the first and use it on that they used on Miller, so pretty much not trading it for Marcus Pettersson. And then traded Boeser for a first or a second and Suter for a second. Right now, we would have all that plus our 15th overall pick to try to trade for a top 6 guy. But instead, we only have a 15th overall pick.
Yeah, we have 2 first-round picks.
We're basically telling them how to do their job.
Maybe even 3, right? Maybe we have 3.
But okay, guys, you bring up amazing. This is obviously this is legit. Okay, this makes sense, right? Hindsight is 2020. You have to remember that, right? Yeah. We can all say this. Okay, yeah, we should have done this, should have done this, should have done this. But this is what they've done, right? Granted, it wasn't the most smartest move looking back, obviously, because not enough positive things have come out of it, right?
I mean, probably the only thing out of that trade is Garland.
That's why I said no disrespect to Garland. He's a good player, but I said it in red right there. Don't let history repeat itself. Yeah. This isn't the only thing that they botched.
Yes.
This is just the latest thing.
One of the things.
Right? So that's why I don't want history to repeat itself.
Correct. So this comes from ownership not doing the right things. For example, not rebuilding when Trevor Linden tells you to rebuild.
Yes.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
The guy said it would take 4 years. Now it's been way more than 4 years and we still suck.
And chasing the playoffs is not what we should be doing because clearly there's no positive results to show for it.
No, we should be in the playoffs.
Correct.
Making it 1 year is not good. I want to make it like what Dallas. Even though Dallas fired their coach, I'd rather be there in the 3rd round or better every time for 4 or 5 years in a row. Heck, I want to do what Florida's been doing.
All right. Let's remember, they made it to the 2nd round 2 years ago.
Yes, but I want to make it every year.
Yes, we do.
I don't want to make it 2nd round and then miss playoffs.
We just had a really shitty ass year this year. Right?
I mean, I would even want like what Corey Perry has. He's lost what in the Cup final.
Yeah. You would take that too.
I'd take that.
Okay.
Except
Tyler, what would you say was the lowest point of the Canucks season this past season? The lowest point. Like the worst thing.
There's so many lows, but
I mean, there's so many lows. What would you pinpoint as the icing on the cake, or the rock bottom?
I mean, this is gonna be cliche, but the Miller PD shit.
Yes,
obviously. No, that clearly had a bigger effect on not just Miller and PD himself, but the entire locker room. It destroyed that locker room. It destroyed,
This is what you get when you
what they had, like the essence, like the camaraderie in that locker room. It destroyed it, and you can't really bounce back from that halfway through the season.
You can't.
No. Once that's done,
especially when you see how fragile these minds are. We have to remember, these are young men.
Yeah.
These are kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's looking at it that way, you're kind of not surprised. Right? These are kids going through they're maturing into men. That takes lessons. Right? You're not going to get along with everybody, and you're not going to conduct yourself the best way all the time.
Well,
right?
And Jordan, when these things first came out, we even said it was bullshit. We just said, guys, there's no way that JT and PD are doing this and it can be so bad. And when we find out that this has been going on for years, right? Yeah. And if that's even the case, that it's gone on for years and it's on and off, they still decided to trade Bo and keep JT.
Yeah.
And now we could even lose all 3 centers.
Speaking of, Aquafina. There you go. Me dropping Horvat earlier, right there. Boom.
Right.
So you think Horvat leaving had to do with Aquafina?
Did you hear the rumors before? I mean, again, this is a rumor not confirmed, but Remember when they said the locker room was half for Horvat and half for Miller?
Yeah.
You got to understand, like, there's got to be a connection somewhere when they said that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Horvat denied it, but
Yeah. I mean, obviously Horvat's gonna deny it.
Right.
He was a bit of a pretty
he's
boy.
he's classy, right?
He was a team guy.
Yeah.
So he always took the fall.
So obviously you were on Team Miller.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm on both. I guess you could say.
Sure.
Obviously, I may lean a little towards Miller.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Miller.
Yeah.
So I'm way more Team Miller than Team PD. I'll tell you that.
But
I'm talking about Miller versus Horvat.
I like both of them.
You don't pit
didn't
each
read-
other
I
against
didn't
each
read too much about the Horvat Miller stuff.
Okay.
It was more so the PD Miller stuff.
Yes.
How did you feel when Horvat threw us under the bus?
Oh, I was pissed.
Oh.
I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, I hated that.
Oh,
I hated it. It was just like,
Oh boy.
I basically heard that, and
Yeah.
I actually happen to have a Horvat jersey. Don't worry, I still have it.
You still have it.
But I looked at it and I was like, fuck you. Like, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my
I'll tell
God.
you something for free.
Oh my God.
You're playing for that stinking Islanders now.
Yeah. Oh, he was my uncle's neighbor. He lived next door to my.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I really did like Bo. I really did. Like
Yes,
Bo.
that was a.
I'm over that now. I'm over
Yes,
the whole
yes.
tell you that for free. But I
You don't
really
think
did.
he's ever going to be a Vancouver Canuck
No.
again?
No,
No,
even though
he's
I've
not.
talked about it on my channel.
Yes,
No,
yes,
and it's like what Kempner says.
Yes.
Canucks have a love affair with their accents.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if JT Miller were to come back to the Vancouver Canucks.
Oh, sign me up.
This is exactly what this
sure,
team is
I'm
missing.
sure Chad would say the same thing. Sign me up.
You and Kempner are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'd say the same thing for Kuzmenko too. Right?
Oh, you're a big Koozie fan.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta tell you something.
I got a Kuzi jersey.
Oh, yes.
I
I got a
actually.
koozie hat, but it's not.
Oh
this one.
my God.
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it is.
All right, we'll do
I-
it
I-
later. We'll do it later.
I almost
right here.
actually Kuzi. Nice.
Kuzmenko, man.
All right.
Yeah, I even almost wore it, but I was like,
Now you're repping Miller.
I'll rep Miller. This
Okay.
is my most recent, so
Yeah.
I actually got this after he got traded, just like Trip.
All right, here we go. Next on the
All
docket,
right.
okay?
Okay.
We have Witt came out with this yesterday. It's getting quite the reaction. We got a lot of votes on our poll.
That
For sure. For sure. Only one net. Only one can stay. We have Thatcher Demko. Vezina finalist. Still hanging on to that. Clinging on to that.
Mhm.
yeah.
Still elite. Is he?
Yeah.
When healthy.
Yeah.
Sure,
yeah,
when healthy, yes.
When he's healthy,
yes. When healthy. Even when he was healthy this year, he was suspect, though.
Well, but you got to give him. He had so much time off. He needed time. to get
Sure,
back
yeah,
into it.
he showed flashes. There was
Yeah.
the Colorado game. There was the New Jersey game, I remember.
It was good for a stretch, just for a couple.
Yeah,
of
there was a
weeks,
few games,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But needs a contract and could be a trade piece.
Yeah.
Okay. And look who we have on the other side.
Yeah.
Mr. Clutch, apparently.
Yeah. I
Mr.
called him King Sealobs earlier. So King
He's the
Sealobs.
king.
King Sealops, AHL champion, Calder MVP, stock rising fast. Sure is.
Oh yeah.
After that type of performance,
After-
gotta
after-
rise,
yeah.
man.
Needs waivers to go down. Time to step up. So, Demko or Sealops.
And no matter what the platform was, it was 60 to 70% Sealovs and 30% Demko.
It is in favor of Sealops.
Oh yeah.
Okay? We're talking about probably 200, 250 votes.
Yes.
That's not a small number of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
And it's our followers who are Canucks fans, right? Maybe
Yeah.
not even followers, but people who are following the Canucks.
Yeah.
Tyler, who are you going with?
I actually was having a conversation about this with
Yeah.
my dad today.
Oh yeah.
And he
Mm.
doesn't really follow this stuff like we do.
Yeah.
But him and I started having a conversation about it. And I basically said to him, I was like, well, and I believe I mentioned this on my channel earlier today too. I said, out of the three, Demko is the most expendable because, you can't trade Lankinen. He has a no move clause. Plus, you just signed him to a 5-year extension. You'd be stupid to trade him. It would also make you look pretty bad too.
Who wants to ever sign here after that one?
Yeah. No one would want to sign here if they pulled a move like that.
Business is business.
but
We got a deal for you.
It's such an Aquilini move too. If you were to like trying to push for that, but that aside,
Sure.
And then you got Seelovs, who just won the Calder Cup, was named the MVP, just went 14-7 in the playoffs, had with 5 shutouts. I mean, yes, I know he stunk the bed last year, but this was like he had a miracle run in the playoffs, and clearly that got to him. And then he didn't perform in this during the season, was not good during the season, and he went back down to Abbotsford. And he started lighting it up again. He got off to a rough start.
Even at Abbotsford,
in Abby. And then I believe it was Tolopilo who took on the bulk of the starts.
So he's notoriously a slow starter.
Yeah. So, but he seems to thrive in the month of May, which is what we're trying to get to when it comes to playoff hockey.
Yeah.
Well,
He's Mr. May.
obviously, there's a question of durability and being able to handle a long season.
Yeah.
Which is part of being an NHL goalie. You can't just be a tournament and playoff goalie. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you have spoken and you said you would trade Demko and you keep Seelovs, right?
Demko is the odd man out, even though we don't know what his value will be.
Yeah.
But it's got to be at least something decent out of the 3, because I feel as though if you trade Seelovs, again, you're going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths if you trade him after this historic run that they just went on and him winning the Calder and the MVP. It's going to make you look bad if you trade him suddenly. So that kind of
from an optics standpoint, for sure.
Yeah.
Demko is the clear choice.
Yeah.
Because, actually, no, I can't even say that because he hasn't performed. The last time we saw a really good Demko that was worth the money that we're paying was basically regular season of last season, right? Not even last season playoffs, not even this past season. We're talking 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Right? So, but yes, the polls are quite overwhelming. Well, not overwhelming. It's, what did you say? Like I said,
like 60-70%.
60-70%. And not very long ago, I was having arguments, well, not arguments, but very heated discussions with other Canucks fans about should we be supporting Demko or should we be supporting Lankinen?
Yeah.
Or should we be Demko fans? Okay. And isn't this funny now of what is transpiring?
Now they can find themselves in quite the pickle.
Yeah. Basically. Okay, anyways, was there anything else that we wanted to go over today?
I think I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this.
Okay.
And then we can go into comments.
For sure.
Get to the people.
Get to the people, but yeah.
I think for me, I would also trade Demko. I would also trade Demko because when I think about things, what is Lankinen best at? Because he's clearly one of the guys we're going to keep. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
When he is not tired, he can play as a 1B.
Oh, yeah.
When he's tired, he will have stinker games.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's proven.
Yeah.
Right? And this is when you throw Seelovs in. What was Seelovs' biggest weakness before? Point shots.
Are they still a weakness?
He's gotten better at them.
He's gotten better.
He's gotten better. Which is why I like the fact that he went back down one more season to marinate. That's what I wanted. I do think he's ready after this. There's no fluke. By the way, like AHL playoffs, didn't Seelovs have to win over 20-something games like to win the thing? He played all of them.
He played like 24 consecutive games.
24 consecutive to win it. Like
that sounds like good backup numbers.
That sounds very durable, by the way.
Yes.
I mean, you probably won't see
it sounds like someone else.
Right. And I'm just saying. And if you keep Lankinen, then you already know he can play like a 1B consistently if he's not tired. Then you have Seelovs that actually has 1A potential, and he's still young. Right? Like he's set for a while. But if you have Demko and he's hurt and he's 29, turning 30, that's when you can start to go downhill, especially if you have injuries as a goalie at this point. Right? So I would say Demko, get the value, let Seelobs do what he needs to do, I think we're okay. Because no one's saying going to this offseason, hey guys, I don't think Seelobs is ready. Let's hire another backup goalie. That's not happening this year, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not happening.
I mean, yeah, we have guys like Ty Young and
Yeah.
Tolopilo, but I would say they're a few years away.
Yeah.
Maybe less time for Tolopilo and more time for Ty Young.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I know we have Patera, but
Yeah.
nobody talks about Patera.
I mean, it's looking like we are in a good position.
Plus, with Seelow's whole waiver thing,
Yeah.
that even adds to the whole thing.
Yeah,
That at least for me encourages the whole Demko route because of the whole waiver thing.
Yeah.
And then him, having to clear waivers if they were to send him down. And a team's going to scoop him up. Like
Yes.
as soon as that happens. They're gonna
There's no
scoop
way
him
this
up.
guy's getting
How are they
paid.
not?
There's no way he's
It's
gonna
the
get
AHL playoff MVP.
So he literally has to be on the team
Yeah.
by the start of the season.
Yeah.
He has to be.
So,
That's why it makes most sense Demko's the odd man
Yeah.
out. He can get
Yeah.
you the most.
Yeah, that's who
Let
he
it
can
be.
probably get you the most. He might not be able to get you what you want.
Like, not
per se,
prime
not
Demko.
prime, but he can get you something. Like
Not-
he's not going to get
yeah.
you a 2C, probably.
Or
And then you need to add a little bit to it.
Or maybe,
You might have to add a bit.
I mean, I know we talked about earlier, I mentioned on my channel the whole, not necessarily will work to get Rossi.
Yeah.
Obviously, Minnesota, they don't need goalies. I
Yeah.
mentioned that earlier. What about Buffalo? Paterka, Tuck, Byram. Not all three,
Those
but,
names have been thrown around quite a bit.
but
haven't
at
they?
least 2 out of the 3 you
Yeah.
might be able to get with Demko plus something. So
Dude, I love Paterka, man.
yeah.
Yeah, you were saying
I'm
he's the number
leaning-
one.
I'm leaning towards Paterka a lot.
I love
the more I
Paterka.
hear about
Because he's young and then
Yeah.
he can grow with the team.
it. Mhm.
Tuck's getting a little older too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tuck's getting older. That's why I like the young ones that can grow with the team.
But I do like Tuck because he's a big body.
Is Tuck 28 or 29?
I think he's 29, but he's
29.
like 6'5",
Yeah.
Big boy.
and he's a winger too.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a big boy winger with Petey.
Who can get PD the puck?
Yeah, who can
Yeah.
get Petey the puck, and maybe
Yeah.
he won't be so much like Bambi.
29?
Yeah,
Like, he can give you maybe 4 good years minimum, right? Tuck?
Yeah,
He can get you 4 good years with that.
Plus, apparently his wife is from the Vancouver area too, so that's a
Oh,
bonus. Yeah,
okay.
that's what
Well,
I
that could
heard.
work.
I heard his wife's from the Vancouver area, so I was like, "Hey, honey,
yeah.
let's go back home."
Yeah.
No,
Okay. Well, yeah. Tyler, you are you're not a trade EP40 guy.
no, I've been
Okay.
firmly in the camp that they're not going to do it. I mean, I was for a little bit, when he was really sucking.
Yeah.
But just from a realistic standpoint, that's how I base it off. Realism.
Realistically,
They're not going to. do
So
it.
you rather just go with what they're realistically going to do instead of trying to.
Yeah,
lobby
just
for it.
basically give him another shot.
Yeah.
And if he sucks again, trade him next year. It's not like a no move clause cannot work. We saw that with Miller.
Yes. Yeah.
But I still think he can turn it around. I've talked a lot with Green from Kempner's.
Yeah.
He's brought up a lot of good points. PD's only had 1 bad season, if you really think about it. And that was this past year, like bad.
Last year.
Like bad. Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. I don't really count the pandemic.
You did
season.
say that in your video. So why is that?
I did. I don't count the pandemic season because that was a shortened season.
Okay.
But I do know he had struggles previously, but not as bad as last year was.
Yep.
So that's just one. And then we've also only really heard that he's, not coming to camp in shape.
One time.
One time.
Okay,
Which
fair.
is really bad on his part. Obviously,
Yes.
You're a professional. You should be in shape
Yeah,
regardless.
Exactly.
I mean, you're not like me, coming in like half-assed. Come on, you're getting paid $11.6 million. I'm not.
Exactly.
I mean, I can barely make the gym. Like, come on, dude.
Hey, but if you're getting paid $11 million in the gym, you probably would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
imagine if I had $11.6 million.
Exactly.
Jeez, man.
Yes.
But I'm getting
exactly.
off topic. But no, I mean, just realistically, I don't think they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
If they were going to do it, they would have done it already. That's my whole.
No, we still have 6 days. A week
Yeah,
left.
a week left.
They could be cooking something.
And I have heard, them even say, I don't know if this is accurate, but I'm obviously scouring, always looking for stuff, little, nuggets and tidbits. And they said, I forget who it was who said it, but they basically said the Canucks do not want to cause another problem. Trading Pedersen will cause another problem. Well, no, I mean another problem for them while they're still trying to solve their 2C
Like
problem.
if they're gonna trade Pedersen, a center has to come back.
a center has to come back.
Even Dreger, right?
Yeah, I think it may have been Dreger. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
But yeah, no, they basically don't want to create another problem for themselves if they trade Pedersen. So that's why I think they won't do it.
Yeah,
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Sorry, Rev.
Yeah. Hey, I've had these discussions with him too. So.
Sorry, Rachel. He's probably talking about it right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot he started at 9:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, Tyler, I'm glad we went over that.
Yeah.
Thank you again for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about your journey on YouTube, because this is what we want our channel to be about as well. We're bringing the community together. It's like we always say, it's not just being Witt. We're trying to bring everybody. We're trying to include everybody. Try to have everyone's voice uncensored about the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, for those of you that don't know, I've basically been doing this for 6-7 months. Whenever January was, I've lost track. No, like I said earlier, feels like the season ended 6 months ago.
Yeah, totally.
Which probably would put me at doing this almost a year.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. But no, it's been since I want to say late January, as I think I posted my first video just on my phone, where I'm like the camera's looking up, and I remember a friend of mine saying, "I don't like that view." Because it's a short joke, between me and him. I was shorter than he was always, and he's like, "I'm looking down at you. I don't like this." But that was before I really had any equipment. This is before I even.
Well, good thing you had early fans.
Yeah. Before I even had a StreamYard, I was using a software called Riverside at the very beginning.
Yeah,
it was relatively cheap for what it was, and back then was when I really did my shorts, because they would automatically create my shorts for me. I would literally touch a couple buttons, and it would come up with 5 shorts, highlights from my videos.
The AI and the technology, they make it. Well, they take shortcuts for us, right?
Yeah.
They really can do that. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, and the only thing I didn't like about it is I had to go in every single time and fix the transcript.
Oh, totally.
Yes. Spelling error pissed me off.
Dude. They spew out something, but it's not just a click, let's use it. You got to go in and fix
you have
it,
to
right?
go in, and this was when I was actually editing stuff. Now I don't even edit. I'm just
so you're just filming straight in.
I'm just filming straight in, raw, and I'm not editing anymore, just because of how frustrating that got with the other. I mean, StreamYard doesn't make me edit at all.
Yeah,
it's pretty well done.
Yeah.
Minus the whole connection thing as of late. I noticed Clay's mentioned that. The connection hasn't been as stable, but I've been trying to power through that.
Right.
That's another thing.
The trials and tribulations of Canucks YouTube content and streaming.
Yeah,
right?
It's not as easy as it looks.
No.
No.
But hey, you're making it look easy, Tyler. But hey, guys, he's just started in January. Canucks Uncensored started in November. This guy's already got 1,400 subscribers.
Yeah, just that.
Me and Witt are waiting for our 200th subscriber. Okay. So you're obviously doing something right. Okay, you're doing something that's speaking to people. Good on you, man. We just want to keep supporting and supporting everybody. We want to learn as well. We want to learn from you. That's why we had a great dinner today at Rivers Reach Pub. Shout out to New Rivers Reach in New West. Thanks for having us. But yeah,
you guys got your number 180 subscriber tonight.
We did. Yes, we got our 180th subscriber.
And I guess I got my 1,400.
Yeah,
22.
The YouTube journey it's obviously gonna be different for everybody. But hey, it's been fun.
What was her name again? Give her a shout out
Saya, who works at the Rivers Reach, I believe it was her name. Yes. It's been fun, right? It's been fun being
it's been great. I'm constantly changing up my studio. If those of you that have been following along, obviously at the beginning I had that really ugly ass box behind me for the longest time. I finally got rid of that recently, and then I've added some lights to. You can't really tell on the stream, but on each side I have 2 lights shining on me.
Yeah.
And then I bought a separate light for on top of my monitor.
Yeah.
My camera actually has a ring light built into it.
My goodness.
I don't use that really because it makes the screen look foggy, kind of like
It kind of just kind of blurs it a little bit. It's too much light.
Yeah, it's a little too much light. So I bought a separate light that hooks onto my, and I can move it too.
Oh, okay, perfect.
The ring light I can't move.
Yeah.
And it, adjusts different, goes from, super bright to like make me almost look orange, kind of like, Donald Trump.
Can't have that.
Sorry, it makes me look like a Oompa Loompa. Yeah.
Uncensored. We can say what we want.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm not used to this uncensored stuff.
It's very interesting you say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you are you feeling a little bit because you're on our channel that you can say what you want a little more?
A little bit. I mean, I have at earlier on in my streams, I kind of had no filter.
Okay.
But I want to be a little respectful and whatnot. But depending on who's all watching, I could have my dad watching or something like that. Family watching, because I do send it out there to a lot of family. So that's a reason why I kind of dial it back a little bit.
Okay, makes sense.
And I'm also sharing it on social media too, so they can see it.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I kind of dial it back a little bit.
Well, I tell you, Tyler, I will say that is one of the biggest pain points between me and Witt here. I'm putting it all out there. Witt wants me to dial it down, okay? And maybe not say what I always want to, okay? But okay, wait, but you have.
Fair. But hey, Oilers are off limit. Oilers.
That's
open, man.
We can laugh at them all we want.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, I couldn't believe how butthurt they were getting. Really. Just because, just the lowly Canucks fans are laughing at them just a little bit.
Should I say what I said earlier at dinner about Canada's?
You have to now.
I gotta say it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I said I was gonna say it on my stream earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's saying Oilers Canada's team. I'm sorry. Abbotsford actually did what they couldn't. They won. They brought the cup home to Canada. So fuck you, Oilers. Abbotsford is Canada's team. You heard it here. Uncensored.
He's uncensored.
So do you think fans and across Canada are happy? Oh man, love it. Well, Tyler, I'm glad we were able to give you, that you feel a little bit more unhinged today.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I want Canucks Uncensored to be. Like, just say how you feel and say what you feel about what's going on, because it's Let's get to the comments, shall we? To see what the people have to say today. But thank you all for joining us. Whoever's joined us today, we love you. No, Alfred.
Alfred or Irvin. Sorry, no XP. Nice try, bud. I'm on to you.
Okay. So XP is something that's between you guys.
Well, it's mainly on Clay's stream where there's a little leaderboard next to people's names, and you get points for every time you post, every time you do a super chat or donation.
That's what Clay does.
I don't think he had a choice in doing it. It just showed up on. I think YouTube is testing it with certain.
YouTube is scoring what people are doing on each channel.
Yeah, so it's. I think I googled about it.
Yeah,
and it's basically trying to help engagement or something.
That's actually really. That's actually really smart.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay.
Cracked the code pretty early on, so he would always, start posting 10 hours before Clay even was on, and he'd be at 500 XP, and people were like, "How the fuck did that happen? How did you do that?"
So they're making it a game for you to interact.
Yeah,
with
so you interact and.
Oh my god! Okay, so no wonder we've been getting more. Well, we're not monetizing. We're
Yeah.
not subscribing.
I think
Okay,
it's
okay,
only
okay.
like those that are
Gotcha.
monetized.
Okay.
Because
What
I don't
XP?
even have it.
So is that Alfred?
Yeah, that's all.
But it's a different logo unless you change his logo.
No, I think that's a picture of him.
Oh, okay,
and,
okay, okay.
Looks like clean.
Ray Winslow, hey.
Hey.
See you, buddy.
SkyTrain, what's up, guys?
Long time no see.
SkyTrain, thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
As usual.
Yeah, long time no see.
Rain, thanks for joining us as well. Keep waiting for the Canucks to trade 150A.
15th overall.
Oh, okay. Only to let the fans down at the end and draft Coots.
Yeah,
At least that's what I get.
Coots is a good player.
If they don't trade it, which
Yeah.
very slim chances,
Oh.
I could see them drafting Coots. I mean, he's the only guy they took out for dinner.
I heard the other guy would want, but we won't get him as McQueen, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
He would not be able to get. He'd be long
Dude.
gone. Long gone.
They are trading the 15th overall pick, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm
absolutely.
almost certain.
What if they
I would
don't?
expect it within the next.
What if they don't?
Okay, I want to say
If they
this.
don't,
If
they're
they-
probably gonna draft Coots.
Well, if they don't trade it, it means that what Russell said on yesterday's stream is correct. The 15th overall pick this year is so bad that it's probably only worth a third liner. And if you're gonna get a third liner, you might as well draft.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
you might as well. If that's the value, you might as well draft.
I mean, Rutherford even said it's going to be expensive to
Right?
get one, to
Yeah.
get a second line center,
Yeah.
but it's also going to be expensive
Yeah.
not
No.
to get one.
Because I heard we tried to trade for Rossi, and the roster player they were talking about was Dakota Joshua, and they laughed at us.
Really?
I heard it was Joshua and a first. That's what I
Wow.
heard.
I just heard that they laughed at us and said no.
Well, because that was the rumor.
Oh, we offered Dakota.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
okay,
the
okay, okay.
Rumored player.
rumored player.
Yeah.
But it's not confirmed. That's what I'm saying.
It's all
Rumored.
hearsay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would have thrown freaking Hedel in there, and maybe that's. I assumed it was Hedel, and that's why they said no, because Hedel's
Yeah.
so injury prone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
if they're saying no to a guy like Joshua, like you guys want a big
guys-
guy,
Yeah.
and Joshua's a big guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if I would have even done Joshua.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at this one.
I believe the trade is involving the 15th overall, and Demko is
Yep.
part of the package.
And
Holy-
what would that get us though?
I'm not sure. It's like what I mentioned with the whole Buffalo thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could actually get Paterka and or
Can you get Paterka and more? Can just get Paterka alone? I think
maybe,
so. I
maybe,
think so.
maybe,
15th and Demko should get Paterka, right?
maybe. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, Demko. So they're saying it's going to be Demko and the 15th overall pick for something?
But I see, we always hear different things. I didn't hear about this one,
Hmm.
but that's pretty cool too,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Just waiting for the announcement to
Yeah.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all are.
Within the next
Yeah.
few days.
Yeah.
yeah, something's going on
I-
before the draft.
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
think
you.
they want to give Abbotsford a little bit of leeway with the whole, championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't hear anything today. I think
Just let it,
let it,
Yeah,
sit,
let it
and know
sit,
that-
let it dry. So you guys think that there's that much weighing on decision?
I'm thinking
to-
by
yeah.
Friday we hear something.
Oh,
That's you heard it here first.
Okay.
By
Very
Friday,
good.
we're
we
gonna
hear
hear,
something.
we're
Right
gonna hear
here.
something.
All right. Do you guys ever feel just throwing your hands up and say, "Who knows where the f this team is going?" Who? Yeah. Basically, swear. Basically. So, you know what, Tyler? I'm having more difficulty caring right now. It is getting more difficult to care.
See, I don't get to be this goofy on my stream.
Wow.
Because I'm all like,
No, why? This is unfiltered.
This is-
Oh, interesting, Alfred. Who is the acquiring team?
I could see
Okay.
Buffalo. Like
Buffalo.
yeah. They need goalies. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, UPL sucks.
Yes.
So we're at 100% when the decision they know is going to backfire. Well, yeah, it might.
Minnesota.
My gut is
no.
Minnesota, but who
Mm.
knows?
They don't really need goalies. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if they need a goalie, sure. But I don't think they're looking at goalies.
Somebody said that we could be trading Brock's rights for something too, so we don't
Yeah.
lose them
I
completely.
mean,
for nothing.
I suggested trading Brock's rice
Too many?
for
or to
for-
Buffalo.
no to Mini for
To Mini.
for Rossi's price.
Yes. Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, and then obviously Minnesota doesn't want to sign him. Vancouver's gonna
Mhm.
will be like, here's the check.
Yeah,
Boom, done.
right away.
Right
Yeah.
away. And
Okay,
I
this
would
is what you've been saying.
I
by
would
the way.
assume that
Yeah.
Minnesota would sign Brock like that.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hometown
100%.
boy.
Yeah, like what Rand just said.
Right.
Hometown boy.
Minnesota
Backing you up. Ray's backing you
doesn't
up,
need
man.
Demko. They don't need
Yeah.
goalies.
They don't need
No,
goalies.
but Buffalo does. So
Okay.
Yeah, and Wallstead
sorry.
is the best prospect goalie.
Yeah.
Not in the NHL right now.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. I think Walton is a full-time
Exactly.
back.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Okay.
Hit the nail right on the head.
Swerving. People say it's negative, but pretty part of fandoms following the team through thick and thin, plus overanalyzing everything.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can agree with that, and I can see that's true.
Yes.
But they sure make it hard, don't they?
Way too difficult.
They sure make it difficult.
Let's keep going here. Let's see, right.
Ty is in the house. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Oops. Where are we at?
No.
Luis Mendoza. Oh, I thought they said Luis Mendoza. You know where that's from, right?
Dude, our comments are it's quite a bit.
Oh yeah, bro.
Where are we here? Okay.
Oh.
No. Damn, we're not getting through all this. This
No.
is crazy.
But
Wow.
Sean Johnson. When a player has over 80 points in the 20 points, Sam Kessels. Holy,
Okay,
we have
the
like
player
a
bounces back like Tavares.
we have a whole on conversation going.
He has a good point.
Yes.
No.
Might have to skip some. Damn.
I don't think it's happening right now. Okay, anyways. Frankie spoke when Benning and Green got fired.
There you go. You spoke about the coach being
Well,
fired, but
yeah.
don't speak.
He doesn't always speak though.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
True.
No.
He only makes appearances when it's like big management change.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
That's just word salad. Well, basically it is.
Yes.
It's always word salad.
It's always.
Yes.
That's what he knows.
Especially with Patrick Alvin.
Mhm.
You said, no, someone said Patrick Alvin just says a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, he speaks 30 minutes and says like the
He
little
basically
minimal
says
doing
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
I would
basically
say
a
so.
word salad. Is basically
It always is. Oh, here, this is where we were.
Yeah.
Tyler, you got some fans.
Mhm.
Amazing. Being a fan also means being
Yeah.
able to be a real. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Ray. Yes.
Yes.
100%. Okay.
You gotta be real, not delusional.
I am not here selling all my Canucks jerseys yet.
I don't even know if I'd be able to bring myself to do that.
No, I cannot.
No.
These are my prized possessions.
Yes.
Okay?
Unless I had like a message, maybe that's be but I wouldn't be caught dead when having one. of
No,
those. I'll
no,
tell you that.
no.
I'll tell you that for free.
Yes,
There you go.
for free.
Yeah.
There we go.
Maybe I should burn this photo.
Burn it.
Look at his ugly ass stupid glasses that he's wearing. Thought he was stylish.
That Chrome Dome too.
Who's asked? Oh no, we already said
That's
this.
doing-
We
that's
already
early
said
on.
this. Okay.
Oh, careful.
Sean Johnson, Cole has $1.2 million in cap space. I'd offer third for Lehkonen,
Colorado, I think.
right? I think they keep
No.
the 15th pick. Oh,
Yeah.
Here it is. Another someone who thinks they'd keep it.
Yeah.
As of now, most teams that are trading an impact player want a valuable roster player, which Canucks don't.
Don't want to give up.
Yeah, they don't.
No.
Good point. Good point.
Yes.
I like it.
Hmm.
Making a lot of
Is
sense.
Lehkonen any good?
Okay.
Yeah.
Forward, right? Yeah. It's okay.
Swervin, tell us how you really think. I think he has. Yes.
He'd do anything.
Yeah, he would do anything. Sean, how the market might change after July 1st. The teams that signs Marner, Ehlers, Ekblad might need to clear cap space. They have a trade impact for picks / prospects. Marner, Ehlers, Ekblad. So what? That would be the market change when the team that signs. Okay, well we don't know who that's going to be.
Yeah. Well, the teams that acquire any of these three players are going to be tight against the cap, and you can take advantage of it by making trades then.
Mm.
When teams are against the cap, you can take advantage.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yo, U.S. gold gymnastic medalist Sean Johnson. Oh, must be. Sean is 99% sure that PD is staying. His trade value is probably similar to what Buffalo got for Eichel. Tuck, Krebs, first and a second. Whatever package you get, you're not getting 80 to 90 points upside.
Mm.
That's probably what he was worth when he was scoring all those
Yeah,
points.
that's probably what he was worth when he was a 100-point player.
But right now, he is not worth
No,
this,
I
unfortunately.
mean, that was the thing too.
There has to be other teams that would be believing in Pedersen.
Yeah,
Yeah, Buffalo's one of them. That's
yeah, I
why
would
we're so
definitely
linked
say
to it.
Buffalo's one of them.
Carolina?
Carolina's one of them. Yeah.
Should we just get AI to give us a photo of PD in a Buffalo jersey already?
I mean, that
Yeah.
was the thing with me looking at my Tuck, research for
Yeah.
the video earlier.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that Tuck was involved in the trade involving Eichel.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yes. Sean's like read your minds. Like these guys read your minds for like everything that we talked about at
Yeah.
dinner.
Last year was PD's bad first. Okay.
Yeah, see?
There it is.
All right.
There it is.
Yes.
Oh. I mean, okay.
talk about unfiltered.
Yeah,
There
yes,
you go.
yes.
Some
This is
uncensored.
if you want to come to a Canucks Uncensored and just say whatever you want, this is it.
Say you want to be on the Canucks Uncensored headquarters.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Petey would have been in the Demko Hughes Foot meeting if they were trading him.
That's a good point. Actually,
Oh.
that's a really, really
Yeah.
good point.
That's a great
That's
That's
point.
just
true.
another reason why I don't think they're going to trade him.
No.
Okay.
Barring some last minute miracle
I mean,
of value,
They've also been impressed with his offseason so far, from what I've heard. They've been happy about something. I don't know what exactly.
Let's just hope that this is not just lip service.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope they're not just doing this bullshit to ease our
Yeah.
our worries.
I mean,
okay.
that's one thing I said too. Like, we don't know exactly what his offseason has been like, his training,
Yes.
but he came back.
We're not seeing videos.
No, we're not. But he did come back when Foote was hired. They didn't ask him to come back. He came back to Vancouver, met with Foote, probably talked with Foote about his training, gave him an update, said, this is what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. And then Foote probably went to Alvin and Rutherford to tell him what PD told them. And, we're pretty happy with, the fact that he came back to Vancouver when he didn't have to, met with you, talked with you, had dinner with you. He's showing he's invested in this team.
He's saying he's training at 100%.
Yeah, and I don't know. I would have to assume they're probably monitoring his training and actually wanting like proof. Like maybe not.
I would hope so.
You would think they
I
would
would
want
You hear that
some
joke
sort
on
of-
the radio that they sent like people hiding in Sweden or whatever, and then just sneakily taking pictures, just following him. They're just trolling.
Well, I would like to see some footage of
Yeah.
him training,
Yeah.
like Hoglander was showing.
Yeah.
Good job on you, big hogs.
Yes.
Right, and if
Yeah.
we can see Petey doing the same thing,
Yeah.
I that to me as a fan,
Mm.
that would pay dividends. To
Oh
me.
yeah, definitely, absolutely,
Right?
100%.
I wanna see him like squatting like plates or whatever, and
Yeah.
pushing him over, and they can't push him over.
Exactly.
Something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Dude,
Yeah.
show us like a wrestling promo, okay? Or hey, you guys do those Star Wars futuristic intro things on at the games, you know what I'm talking about? They make them actors.
Yeah.
Show us more of that, man. I would see a little bit of Petey, push pumping some iron somewhere.
Yeah.
Would love to see it.
Yeah.
Would love to see it.
Holy chat's going nuts. Let's go.
Always look for short-term gains, not long-term success. Yeah,
Probably
Ray,
owner directed.
wise words.
Oh yeah, short-term
Yes.
pain and long-term. Yeah.
Yes.
Long-term pain.
Frankie spoke when Benning and Green
Yes.
got fired.
Yeah, we
Yes.
mentioned that.
Yeah, we mentioned it. Word salad. Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
now we're back to work.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Who are
Who
these?
Who are these
people?
Who
people?
are these?
Sell the team.
Sell the team. Alfred is on the sell the team train. You know what? Okay. I want to go to the people. Okay? Witt, talking to you. I want to go to the streets, especially during like the first game of the year. Okay? I want to go to Rogers Arena where there's a street party. Okay? I want to interview the people and ask them, do the Canucks need new ownership? I want to see what people say. Okay? It's going to happen with.
Great. I'll be home watching the reports. Great.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I cannot wait. All right? It's going to happen.
The question is, who would you want to own the team, though?
I don't care. Okay, fine. We need somebody who actually gives a shit.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
he does give a shit, but he gives a shit for the wrong things.
Yeah, for the
The
wrong
wrong
reasons.
wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
he's not interested in winning a Stanley Cup. That's as abundantly clear.
He just wants playoff revenue.
Correct.
And guess what, dude? You got a whole shit ton of it with Abbotsford, but it's not your arena.
No.
It's not in your arena.
No.
Imagine if Abbotsford was playing in Rogers.
Yeah.
That playoff revenue.
Women's.
But
I
hey,
mean, if they were playing at Rogers, it probably would have sold out.
oh yeah.
Right?
And we'd be getting a parade in downtown Vancouver, not Abbotsford.
Yeah.
No offense to Abbotsford at all.
Sean Johnson, I can't think of one player in the 20s that didn't bounce back.
From what?
Well, I mean, he's
From
much
Doug-
been prepared for
like
Prince
bad
Petey.
seasons, yeah.
From bad
Yeah.
seasons?
Yeah.
John
Really?
Ricci never bounced back after he had that miracle freaking whatever he was doing.
Okay, was Jonathan Chichu a high round draft pick or a high draft pick?
I don't even remember that.
All I know is that that's one of the biggest one-hit wonders you ever find.
Yes. Is that the new Melnick?
Yeah.
I guess he is. I don't really know the story about Eugene Melnick. Like, how is he a bad owner?
Yes.
But if
Yeah.
Rain, if you can tell us how that correlates, that'd be great. Ron Ross, Ronnie Ross, how are you, sir? Thank you for
He's the
joining.
guy in the red and black.
He's trolling you.
He's
Oh,
that's my oldest buddy.
Yeah.
He lives in Calgary.
oh.
He's
He's
not a Flames fan yet. I don't think he is. Yes, not a Flames fan. Yes, but yes, Ronnie, nice to see you. Thanks for joining.
it would have been worse if he said Edmonton.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
In what way, Rain? All is the hope that someone like
And Lord.
Anlar will take over and make necessary changes needed to have
I don't know who
long-term
that is.
success. Who's Anlar? I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know.
So anytime you read about Melnick, it was never a positive. From being cheap and handling different players. Okay, cheap. Here we go.
Yes.
Okay. Ronnie, bring back Bruce.
Hey, I'd be okay.
Oh.
I love.
I would-
Boudreaux. I love Boudreaux.
I would take Bruce over Adam Foote right now.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
I mean, bring
okay.
back Bruce. There it is.
Yeah.
The fans were behind him.
Oh yeah, the fans were behind that.
You know, maybe he should be like a color. Bruce Boudreaux should be the color commentator of the Vancouver Canucks, and not Donkey Dave.
I mean, I'll admit that whole Bruce Boudreaux stuff. You know,
Yeah.
the last game.
Yeah.
I'll admit that got me. Like as a Canucks fan, that
Yeah.
got me. That hit me right in the chest.
Ah, you mean how the whole thing
the
was
reaction, the
Oh,
reaction.
yeah,
from the
yeah.
crowd,
And
that
he was
element-
clapping.
I'll admit that got
Yeah,
me. I was
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
don't think I've ever seen a moment like that.
Yeah.
No, with the exception of finals.
Dude, and then you hear himself saying,
Yeah.
talk is taken over. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
If
crazy.
that doesn't get you,
Mm.
you have no soul.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was
And
crazy.
I actually,
Seeing that didn't.
yeah,
you know,
yeah. I actually
affect you
just
somehow.
realized I didn't bring something up. I was gonna slyly announce something.
Oh,
Yeah, for the channel. I teased this with Alfred earlier.
Yeah.
And on my stream earlier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be having a guest coming on my show, perhaps within the next week, maybe two. Not someone from the Canucks community, like YouTube community.
oh shit. Okay.
And I was having a conversation with Clay earlier, and I have a lousy poker face. Alfred guessed it right. I'm going to be having Brandon Astle on my show in a week or two. I mean, we're still talking, but he said he's going to come on. So I'm going to be having him on the podcast in maybe about a week or two.
You're gonna hate us.
We're going to be talking about
Oh.
hockey, Abbotsford.
Who's Brandon Hass? Sorry.
He's the play-by-play commentator for the Abbotsford.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Sorry we didn't know him by the name.
That's okay.
Okay, that's cool. That's
That's
cool.
Brandon Astle. Astle.
Astle.
Not Astle. Brandon Astle. So yes,
Yeah.
Alfred, you were right. I know I got a lousy poker face. I mentioned, it could be Max Sasson. It could be Manny Malhotra. He guessed it right earlier on my stream, and I just didn't want to say it. I wanted to save it for tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
cool,
Brandon
man. That's
Astle will be
awesome.
on the show in about a week or two.
So, do you know him personally?
No, I'm not. I literally messaged him this morning. on X, and just simply asked him, "Hey, would you be interested in chatting about on the podcast?"
See, this is someone who just has the balls, okay,
Yeah.
and just goes for what he needs and what he wants.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. That's fucking
Let's
sick.
go, buddy.
See, Ingrid, that's a lesson to all of us content creators. Hey, we just need to reach out to people. People are probably a lot more cooperative and cool than we probably think.
Yeah, that's how you do
Right?
it. That's how I got
Right.
quads on my
Yeah.
show. That's how I got quads. On
Exactly.
You know what I heard is like, well, because I always thought of it this way, like, oh, you're popular if people ask you. But then I was told, no, you have to think about the other way around.
Yeah.
You ask that person, the greatest thing is they say yes.
And
All right,
the
and
worst
that's
thing
so
they
great,
can say-
right? Fuck.
So the worst,
Amazing.
worst
So
thing they can do is
Yeah.
just not
Say
respond.
no. Or say nothing. Exactly.
Like I've reached out to PJ,
Yeah.
no response, but hey, that's cool.
Well,
It doesn't
well,
bother me.
Tyler, I have to say, like
Yeah.
that, like as a realtor,
Mhm.
I go through that all the time, right? But yes, that's the difference between the ones that get what they want and don't get what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Because
just
amazing.
asked him.
So
yeah,
yeah,
him this morning.
Yeah.
I think this was at like 6:00 this morning. I was
Yeah.
still awake because I'm a bit of a night owl when I do my videos.
Yeah.
And I think I just wrapped up doing some stuff and getting some stuff ready. And I just happened to browse through X and I noticed he was online.
okay.
No, like tweeting a bunch of stuff. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looked like he was very intoxicated still.
Like, I mean, he was live. Like he was.
No, he was just tweeting on X.
Oh,
he,
he
like a message, yeah.
Oh, okay.
he
okay,
was
yeah, yeah,
part of the Abertrid like celebration, and it looked like
Okay.
he was still going,
yeah,
like
yeah,
with
yeah,
the partying and whatnot.
yeah.
So I DM'd him. I slid into his DMs if you want to set.
Sure, yeah,
I was in his
okay.
DMs. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
I'd love to have you on. I'd love to, first off, congratulations. I know he's not exactly, playing on the team, but he's still a part of the team.
Well, he's probably got some knowledge. He's got
some
some
knowledge.
insight. Sure.
He knows the boys.
Yes.
He was in Carolina for it, and I saw pictures of him and Sealaws,
Yeah.
him and Manny, and I was like, no, I'd love to have you on the show and just talk about the experience you guys just went through.
Perfect.
I do want to try and get some of the players on, like maybe Max
Well, hey,
Saffin.
This is just the first step.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, one bridge
Yeah.
might lead to another.
Yeah, and this
Right.
is technically only my second guest. Quads was the first.
Well, you know what? Keep it up, Tyler.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Put up.
You know, who knows where this might get.
Yeah.
Right. And you know what? We need to start, doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My goodness. Who's the name and number that you have on your jersey, Jordan? Oh, okay. That's
McGilly.
of course the man, the Canuck of the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been borrowing that jersey to
You
wear.
have. Hall of Famer. The longer contract sucked. He said
Yeah,
it himself.
yeah, I
Yes.
did.
Yes,
I
he
did.
did. The draft story for 2013 is straight from Lou Long's mouth. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
An interview.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Why keep betting for 10 years? I don't
Well,
fucking know.
Exactly. Right.
No. We know
We know why.
because he kissed ass for so
Oh,
long.
yeah.
He said
Yeah.
he said to Aquilina, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I can fix the
He
team."
was
Oh.
a professional ass kisser.
I mean, we were talking about kissing ass earlier.
Yeah.
Urban, there you go. There's an example.
Urban, take note of it.
Urban, just say no. Just say no.
Take note.
Michael Chau, thanks for joining us again, bud. Showing that he cares and meddling are practically the same thing when it comes to friendships. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Too much, so he meddles.
Cleaning's actions have shown that he cares about cash and
Yes,
quick
it's a quick
fixes.
fixes.
Yes,
That's the
see?
one.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. The narrative is out there, guys. It is, it needs to be heard more.
Are we mirrored again?
You can hear it again? What? I don't.
Check it. Yeah, but it's okay.
Is it when we were watching videos, or it was?
I don't know.
Maybe.
The audio is kind of weird. Okay, well, hopefully it's not anymore.
Or maybe it was when you guys were doing the videos.
68.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie, that's your number. Yes. Okay. Who's Yingle?
I don't know.
That's-
Nice number.
yes,
Sure his number is not
that was
69.
Ronnie's number in.
Kalani.
Ronnie had a 72 in rookie year. Yes, he did.
Not 76. 72.
Aquafina has shown time and time again he has no shits. Took him so long to realize Canucks need a practice facility. Like, what is the care in the lot?
Yeah,
Least
that
decade to
is
actually build it.
Yeah.
beyond me. 50 plus years and no practice facility. Like, come on.
And the last team in the NHL to have one.
At least
It's-
once Calgary has theirs built. Yeah.
It is an absolute joke.
Oh, it is 76.
76
Yeah, yeah.
goals instead
It
of
was.
72.
Yeah, I was right. It is 76.
Risks the safety of himself
and
and his family to jump to the NHL.
Yeah. I think he's talking about McGilly.
Oh, yes. The defector.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
oh, they're back.
Oh.
Keep going.
G probably knows. Jordan probably knows what. No. Oh, okay. McGilly finally gets the recognition he deserves. Like, why did the Hockey Hall of Fame take so long for him to be inducted? Oh, the Canucks Uncensored ladies and dog are back in the house.
Because They
in the
got rocks for
headquarters.
brains, that's why. I mean, I said it on here.
Hi, doggy.
Not a matter of if he gets in, it's
Mhm.
when he
Yeah.
gets in.
And he got in.
And Boom.
Oh, careful.
No, yes.
Like,
Yes.
he-
Oh, what the heck?
Oh. Hey there.
How was the driving range? Who? Jeff who?
From our hockey team.
Oh, he was there? Oh, nice. Amazing.
Fine.
McGilly finally gets the recognition he deserves. Why did the Hockey Hall of Fame take so long to do that? Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Trade Demko. Yes, yes, yes. Adam Lee, thank you very much
There you
again.
go.
Good to see you. Michael Chau. Oh, well, might have taken a while, but at least he's still alive to enjoy it. McGilly.
Yeah.
McGilly.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. A lot of people don't get to enjoy it.
Yes, absolutely.
Good point.
Doggy. What's his name? Bear?
Bear.
Careful, Bear. Don't trip the wires.
That picture looks familiar. Oh, yes, the one of Messier and McGillney. Yes, Ron was
Yes.
at one of these carnivals with me back in the day. Ryan Thompson, thanks for joining us. Everyone's laughing at that man. Oh, must be the Messier photo.
Oh, the Messier,
Yes,
yeah,
must
yeah.
be the Messier. Speaking of ownership, where does Aquilinis are unpopular with NHL brass? Oh no!
Oh.
Case in point, look at the fact that we've only lost one outdoor game. We only host one
Yeah,
outdoor
that's
game.
a very good point.
Oh,
Very good point.
Swervin.
Yeah, he hits the nail right on the head.
Swervin, I love your takes that you bring.
Yeah.
Somebody said no sound.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that-
Probably from the videos that we were
Yeah.
showing.
Okay, good.
Probably
good.
from that.
Hopefully not from right now.
Oh my God! Even
Yeah.
younger Bettman looks so ugly. Yes, did you see how young Bettman was in that video?
Still looked like a weasel.
Yes.
Yes.
They tried really hard to get the great one here. The line would have been Burry, Gretzky, McGilly.
That would have been so sick.
Would have been
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's over.
Amazing.
What if?
Mike Pekka took the Buffalo Sabres to the 1999 finals and lost because of Brett Hall's foot in the crease.
Yes.
Yes.
No goal.
But unfortunately, it was a goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but that's what the coach wanted to say. Was Lindy Brosser? He
Yeah.
say no goal. Yeah.
Captain Crunch, Mike Pekka.
Yes.
He was quite the player.
Yes.
You know, it was a
Yeah.
but I think it was worth it to give up for McGilly.
Yes.
Who turned out to be 14th pick in 95? No idea.
Don't know. Someone in the chat might know though.
So long ago, I wasn't even alive. We know, I understand how young Rain is.
Yes.
Burry had an injury luck that after we got McGillney. It's correct.
Bad injury. Like,
Yeah. His knees were just mangled, apparently.
Yes. His knees are done.
Don't forget the Canucks flipped McGillney and they got young Brendan Morrison from New Jersey. Yes, that is
true.
correct.
That is true,
And
yeah.
Dennis
Yes.
Peterson, right?
And Dennis Peterson. That's correct.
So I guess in a way, if they hadn't traded McGillney, no West Coast Express.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Yes.
Man, I have a story about Alex. We would go to 8 rinks in Burnaby to watch Canucks practice, and then they would come out and you could get autographs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lyndon was always really good. He would always sign
Yeah.
everybody and running and
Yeah, he's always been good.
He was always great.
He was always good.
McGilly comes out of the dressing room, sneaks behind everybody, and we all see him. But no, he wasn't signing
No.
anything.
I mean, didn't we also got like what Dennis Peterson or something in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
trade too?
Yeah. It was
Who turned out to be a nothing burger.
yes, I always remember him that season though. I don't know why. Number 20 for the Canucks in 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
Gretzky was ready to come here. Yes, he was.
It was.
It's just Canucks luck.
Jay McKee, you know that.
Michael Chau. You have no idea.
No. Oh, I
Griffith?
think this is them talking about the whole Gretzky thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
McCaw. It was
Yeah, it
McCaw.
was Sean McCaw
Yeah,
at the time.
that was my guess.
Jay McKee played 802 NHL games. Nothing to sneeze at.
That's
No,
pretty.
see, just Incredibles in the chat. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
Ryan Thompson, sad
Justin, yeah.
franchise.
that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
Joke of a franchise.
Looked like he just said
Yeah.
something in regards to Abby.
Yeah.
Something about selling tickets, like way further down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something
okay,
about
okay.
Justin. I'm
Dude,
seeing
we're like another 100 comments
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Alfred, are you calling the Canucks a joke of a franchise? My
Maybe,
goodness.
maybe that's just his frustration.
The true feelings
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
Why do you? Oh no.
Mm.
Dylan Gunther movie of 40 goals.
hurting
This
us.
hurts.
OEL trade.
This
This one hurts.
Ah, yes.
Because Gunther was the draft pick that
Yeah.
in that trade.
Imagine.
Yeah, I can.
We might not even have Garland a year from now.
Which is why I said I think he's a trade chip.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
Possible trade chip,
Canucks
right?
do want to resign him.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, they do. And,
And Garland wants to stay.
Yeah.
So
It's just that I just think that if we keep Garland, then there's not too many small guys we can sign. Otherwise, we're running it back with the small teams.
That's very true.
So if you keep Garland, you just got to acquire more bigger guys, and those
Yeah.
are big, speed, a lot of skill. Those are hard to get in one player.
yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's such a heart and soul guy,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Benning told us OEL was still number one defenseman. Oh buddy.
The worst part of Dylan Gunther is that he torches the Canucks every time Utah plays Vancouver.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. He does.
It's like he has something to prove.
The Utah Mammoth. What do you think
Yeah.
of the new name?
I don't mind the name.
I don't mind it either.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I think when I first heard it, I was like, yeah. Like really?
Really?
Mammoth?
Like a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be your logo. I was all in for
Yeti.
Yeti.
Yeah.
But obviously, Yeti was taken, so it's
Yeah.
like okay,
Yeah.
mammoth. But hey, it's grown on me now.
I like it. I like how they use the tusk as the U.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
clever.
I do like that. Yeah, that is cool.
McGilly can play any style, elite goal scoring, playmaking, great defensively, and can play physical if needed. Yes. McGilly
Love
is the
McGilly.
total package.
Yeah.
He was Lex Luger. 2016, Hamhuis and Verbata lost for nothing.
Yes.
2020, Toffoli, Markstrom lost for nothing.
Yes. And
2020.
then now
Suitor
Suitor and Boeser
it's
on the
like
verge of losing
repetition.
for nothing.
It's
Ah.
just history. It's like you said,
Rain-
history repeats itself.
Rain, I'm starring your comment.
Can we
That's
start that and
tonight.
then I'll
Yeah.
just put it onto like my infographic now?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
History
yes,
repeat itself
yes,
part two, and then we'll have that clip.
Yes, and put his
Right?
comment.
I gotta put this in there.
Yeah.
That's
The
too
whole
good.
Toffoli thing that
Yeah.
still hurts me.
It does,
it hurts.
Oh
we
my
could
God.
have, like, hearing that excuse, like, oh, we
We're running out of time.
ran out of
Hey,
time. Bullshit.
Even Tanev's supposed to be in that name, right?
Tanev's in that too, yeah.
Oh.
The sad thing that he did finish his career in the AHL. New Jersey had buried McGilly selling the minors to activate Elias off LTI. Oh, I didn't know that.
Patrick Elias?
Yeah, Patrick.
Yeah,
Elias.
Patrick Elias.
I remember.
That's good. That's good shit, Sean. I didn't know that. It is sad, but is he still playing? Maybe he's playing in the KHL? Nah. maybe not.
No. Unfortunately.
You don't know how it would have paid out if we did it differently.
Oh yeah.
Very true.
We
I
could have a cup
like
by
it.
now.
I like his next comment too.
Like people bitch that we missed out on Matthew Tkachuk, but maybe if we had done that, Quinn Hughes doesn't end up as a Canuck.
Yeah, because then we would have finished higher in the standings, and then we wouldn't have been enough.
Who would you rather have, Matthew Tkachuk or Quinn Hughes?
Quinn Hughes.
Exactly.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer for me.
It's
Quinn
a
Hughes.
no-brainer.
For a number one defenseman, or
A guy who's like scoring clutch goals in the playoffs. Dude,
Fair.
you see some of those goals he
Oh,
scored?
yeah.
no, I know, but he's still not a top. Is he in the top 10 in the league?
In what? Points?
No, just in general. Is he a top 10 player in the
Oh.
league for you?
Is Quinn Hughes?
Yeah, he's the number one defenseman in the league, arguably.
No, he's not winning the. He's not winning the.
You don't need to win a Norris to say
You
you're
don't
number
need
one.
Norris, yeah.
He had so
But-
many
So
injuries.
Cale McCarr is.
He's always top three.
Yeah, he's at least top 3
Quinn is top 3 in the NHL
for defenseman.
Oh, for defense. Oh, yeah, of course. But no, we know
Yeah,
that.
so I'm just saying by position.
Top 10 players
No,
in the NHL?
no, I'm saying I was asking, is Matthew Tkachuk a top 10 player in the league for forwards or for his position?
Probably not.
Yeah, but Quinn Hughes is top 3
I see.
defenseman
Okay,
position.
okay. I don't know, but they're different positions. It's hard to say, right?
Okay, I would have Quinn Hughes just because he controls the game.
Okay. Put in the chat, guys. Who would you rather have, Quinn Hughes or Matthew Tkachuk today?
I'm having a feeling you're going to get
See.
pushed.
Let's see. I just want to see. Let's see, okay?
You're going to get torched.
Even or either Boeser or Sue would be useful.
It's okay. It'll be a slow drag to the bottom.
We'll see. Boys. We'll see.
Yeah, he's gonna
Even
get
a third or fourth, either Boeser or Sue would be useful. Well, yes, definitely.
pun intended.
No, he's going to need a line change after this.
There you go.
Okay, good
That
stuff.
was a good one.
Even if chasing for a playoff is his goal for next season, who exactly is the team they're knocking out? Well, okay, all the teams who made the playoffs this year,
That's actually a good question.
it is.
Can they knock off St. Louis?
That's
Maybe.
that was the
Yeah,
first
maybe
one I was
St. Louis.
thinking.
I was
Or
thinking-
who was the bottom feeders in the
It
East?
was St. Louis.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's what I
It
said.
was St. Louis, right?
St. Louis, Calgary.
Yeah, because Calgary almost made it
Yeah,
that,
Calgary
that
almost made
season.
it.
But
LA.
LA, maybe.
Yeah.
I know LA was pretty good last year.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say the Ducks, but I think they're going to be really solid this year.
Who did they just get for Zegras?
I forget his name.
was it a second and a fourth?
Yeah, it was the second and a fourth.
And a prospect?
Draft
And
picks and a
I don't even
prospect?
think it was a prospect. I think it was just a player.
Millie Petey feud definitely set the team
Yes,
back.
yes.
100%. 4-1 loss to the Kings in January. Oh,
that,
was this when we
that
were-
was peak by
Did-
that was peak lazy
Hmm.
by Miller, is what he's saying.
Oh,
And I
that was
I,
peak
I,
lazy.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
During that
Man,
time.
you guys' memory is great. Swerving, don't forget, we had 3 games blowout streak. Edmonton, Los Angeles. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, yeah, try to. Thanks, Alfred. Thank you.
I think it was the Edmonton game. I was at Greta for that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
oh boy.
It's not that Millie
like-
Petey. Oh,
That
sorry.
was like the first watch party I went to for Canucks Army, and that was fucking brutal.
Oh, jeez.
Man, that place was not lively at all.
Where was it?
At Greta.
Oh,
And,
Greta.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was the first watch party. That was where I met Quads for the first time.
Ah,
And yeah, that was brutal. I think that was like a 5-2 loss or something like that.
Jeez.
Mhm.
And I think at one point we didn't even know if the Canucks were going to score because they were trying to pass out Pink Whitney shots.
hey,
At
yeah.
there, and Canucks finally scored. I was like, I don't even honestly want it at this point. I mean, one is Pink Whitney. I'm
Yeah.
not interested. It's anything by Ray Whitney, no, thank you.
You were not. Oh, yes.
I'm not a big Ray Whitney.
Ray Whitney has not. He has fallen out of my favor.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, I liked him as a player, but
He's no longer the wizard to you.
no, he just
The
wizard?
He just talks out of his ass.
No, he's not good.
what do you mean
Keep
he's no longer the wizard?
Isn't his nickname?
Is that his name?
I
think
think
so.
so. I
Oh,
think
well, that's
he's
your
okay.
nickname now.
No, I don't want it. Keep going.
Each with 5-6 goals they let in.
No,
Yes.
shit,
No, those all blowouts.
Nothing had ever changed except for the winning. What's he referring to?
Or is it the losing?
30.
Keep going.
Can you imagine if JT Miller and Connor McDavid were on the same time?
Same
They'd
line.
be what? Same
Yeah,
time.
Same on the same time. Okay.
They'd be whacking sticks and then telling about digging in. Not sure what he means.
No.
6-0 loss to the Devils. Oh God.
Dude,
I think-
are we talking
I think
about
I
the
was-
worst moments of the
Yeah.
season? Holy
think-
shit.
I may have been
Oh,
at that
yeah.
game.
I remember.
Dude, that was
game.
brutal. Was it brother? They called it Hughes Bowl, right? And then we
Yeah,
got killed.
and then we got absolutely destroyed. I think a friend.
Hey,
of
man,
mine-
wasn't the game that I took first game I took you to Canucks game? They got shellacked. They got beat really bad. Do you remember the
6-0?
team it was?
Was it New Jersey? No.
Was it 6-0? Was that a game at home? 5-0? Okay.
No.
I was at the game too. Oh God. Bad memories. Kevin K. I wonder how different the season would have been if we did sign Phil Kessel for
How can you invite the guy and then
Just
not
to
sign?
fix the locker room.
Yeah.
Hey, he has a good point. Just to fix locker room bullshit.
Yeah, I don't even really understand why they even tried him out and then just said,
Well,
"Adios."
I think they were just trying to. I think they wanted to try him out, and then the
Mm.
media took it to
Yeah.
different levels,
Yeah.
right? They're like, "Ooh, this is kind of exciting."
It was exciting for me.
It was. It was kind of cool.
I mean, we talk about, not having enough veterans.
Yeah.
Had one right there.
Yeah.
Especially a guy who knows how to play in the playoffs.
Michael Chau, if the Horvat trade hadn't happened, we wouldn't have had Captain Quinn.
Fair.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's fair.
That's true.
That's fair.
Okay, but was Horvat wrong?
Mm,
Oh, about saying it for free.
yeah.
You know what? I at the time it happened, at first when it happened, I was like, "Oh, that stings a little."
Yeah.
But I was like, "Okay, fine, fair."
Yeah.
I
Okay.
actually let it pass just because of all the stuff we're hearing about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like how the Canucks handled everything, and
Yeah.
they don't handle things well.
Mhm.
And then how he was handled, he's like, well, I went from pretty much being like feeling like I'm gonna be a career Canuck to you
Totally.
take somebody else, I'm gone like this.
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
So
I mean, obviously, I was watching the game that happened. So obviously, my reaction was initial,
Mhm.
and then it just dissipated afterwards. But yeah, my initial reaction is, like I said, was like, "Fuck you, fuck you for saying that." Like, how dare you say that?
How dare you say that?
You were the
Oh,
captain of this
yes.
team, and you got the balls to say that.
Yeah, and we were,
On
and we were,
camera.
and we were so good to you.
Yeah.
we were so good.
Yeah. And it felt like a shot towards the fans.
Yeah.
It
It
didn't. feel like
kind
a
of
shot
did. It
towards
kind of
the
did.
team.
It
felt like a
certainly
shot
did.
towards the fans.
It certainly did.
So that's why I was like, okay, screw you. Like, I'm done with you.
Yes.
Don't cross Tyler.
Yeah.
Holy.
Don't cross.
You were good on time. We had how much time, or how we
We
feeling?
need a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
we can
we'll
try
go
and-
until guys about
11 or
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can.
let's try to squeeze in all these comments
Yeah.
if we can. We
Yeah.
got to go quick though.
It was either no, we didn't. We got this one. So who's common denominator in the Miller versus Horvat versus PD?
Never speedy.
Miller versus Pocket. PD
Just
versus
who's the
Miller.
common denominator in PD versus Miller versus PD versus?
That's a really good question. That's actually a really good question.
Rain dropping
Miller
bombs
versus
today.
Horvat, I have no idea because I don't know too much about that. Miller versus PD, I think it's 50-50, honestly.
Oh.
At least in my opinion. 50-50. No, Miller did some stupid shit. PD did some
Yes,
stupid
yes,
shit.
we can't deny that.
Yeah.
Just based on what is being
Yeah,
told.
I just can't
Yes.
fully put it on Miller.
All I know is it's not the Sedin. So
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, I say, like if PD had been in shape, this never would have happened. So
Yeah.
Yes.
that's
Jordan, it's either the Wild or the Leafs game. I recall correctly. I was with my friend. The 6-0 loss on Halloween.
dude. That's not a trick or treat, is it? Yeah.
No. If 3 people all know me, they'll say the same thing about me. It must be true then. Fair.
Trade them.
Trey Demko says Alfred.
Yes.
Goalie. Rain's not wrong on this.
Yes. Goalie trades suck no matter who it is. Luongo for Bertuzzi?
What?
Luongo for Bertuzzi?
I was just saying goalies trade suck
Oh.
in general, and he's saying Luongo for Bertuzzi.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good for us.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's
You
pretty
gotta
good
give
for
time.
us.
Mind you, back then goalie trades were a lot different.
Yeah.
That's-
Sure. Oh, so it's okay.
It's changed
Okay.
since
All
then,
right.
yeah,
Fair.
I would say.
Keep sea logs. Yes. Did anyone else feel winning the Calder Cup last night was just the most un-Canuck thing ever?
Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah, our AHL team has never won the Calder Cup before?
No.
Really?
This is like a rare occurrence for a Canadian team
for a
to
Canadian,
Yeah, Canadian
AHL
team, sure,
team,
but,
but we've never won.
Manitoba Moose never won?
no,
No,
Moose
10 years
never
ago
won,
we made the finals, and that year we had Markstrom.
Oh, okay.
and yeah,
It was 7 seconds less. I was waiting for the Charlotte.
I know.
Yes.
I was like watching
Oh,
Russell's
yeah.
stream, just looking at. I wasn't looking at Russell.
Yeah.
I was looking at the clock above his head, just
Yeah.
going like,
Yeah. You know, Canucks luck would have it.
Yeah.
Sell Sealoffs on a high.
Oh,
Big
Evan.
trade coming. No one wants Demko after last.
That's a good point.
That is a
That's
good point.
Possible too.
Yep. We're Canucks fans. We've been conditioned to expect the worst. Yes.
Yeah, true.
We
Yeah,
always
we
have.
have. We are. People don't understand. Okay, Oilers fans will never understand. Okay, they've had their silver spoon fed to them. Okay. Hot take. I see Florida trying to get C-Laws, whether through trade or waivers, because Bob is going to the last year of his deal, and there's no goalie of the future in Florida after.
Rain's got a good point.
Oh.
They traded away their goalie of the future to Chicago.
Mm.
What is it? I forget his name.
Who could we get from the Florida Panthers for Archer Seelovs?
I honestly do not know. And no, it doesn't start with
Verhaeghe?
it doesn't start with Sam Bennett. That's
No.
for sure.
No,
Sam-
apparently Sam
Sam
Bennett.
I don't even think
Sam
it starts
Bennett's
with
right.
Verhaeghe.
Sam Bennett's rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even
No.
think it starts with Verhaeghe.
No.
As much as I would love
No.
to have Verhaeghe.
Mhm.
I love
It's
him.
not happening. Let's keep going.
Canucks keep selling players when they have the least value.
Well, they
Yes.
never strike when the iron's hot.
I
right?
mean, you could probably get Evan Rodriguez from the
Yeah.
Panthers.
That's who we wanted for
Or
free.
But
But
that's not
Seahawks.
who we want.
no.
Great, I like your hot takes because they have logic. Yes,
Yep,
they do.
absolutely.
They do.
Yeah, rain.
Rain, you are on fire today.
He makes it rain.
Like you could actually see them happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rain's
Thank
just
you.
on
I'd love
fire.
to
here.
voice them on a podcast episode, whether
Yeah.
this one or TLC's or whoever. Rain, you know what?
Yeah.
You've got some good stuff.
Yeah.
We might need to bring you onto the show.
Rain. Oh, by the way, Rain, thank you for following and subscribing to us the other day. I really appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. We're nothing without you guys.
Yeah, he kind of is a big game tournament goalie. True.
Yeah.
Sealoves that.
Sealoves, yeah. I mean, he's
Yeah.
showing that
Like I said,
he's
Mr. May.
He keeps
Well-
winning all those tournaments.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
he didn't
Right.
win against Edmonton,
No.
but
Yeah.
that's the highest he needs to get to. That's the mountain he needs to work himself up to.
And he was one game away.
Yes.
He was one goal away. Yeah,
Yeah.
one goal, one game away.
Yeah.
from doing it.
Michael, I guess the thing with Demko is that even if his health is better now, what do you get? Maybe 2-3
Yeah.
years of good goaltending before
Yeah.
decline. Yes.
That's what I said. After you hit 30 and then a couple more years goalie,
Yeah.
you don't know after that, right?
He's a declining asset.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoy my hot takes. Yes. Well, so do we. I didn't bestow your nickname previously. These guys are just giving each other. Remember, with Sealoves, if they keep him, there has to be a trust from Adam Foote that he can play. Last season, Talkett didn't trust Sealoves, so Lincoln kept playing every night.
Yeah.
It's true, and none of us did really trust Sealoves either.
No, we
Yeah.
said his point shots working on that
Yeah.
stuff, man. Yeah.
Hopefully, Foote doesn't do Talkett's run them until they fall down strategy for
Yeah,
goals.
definitely. Definitely don't
Please
do what Talkett did.
don't
I
do
think
that.
that's what ran down Langman.
Yeah.
He overplayed.
Yeah.
Definitely
100%.
for sure.
Yeah.
It would be paramount to make sure we don't lose Sealoves for nothing. I
Yeah,
think
that's-
you're right.
yeah.
Yes. We're not getting Demko for JJP.
Yeah,
JJ
JJ
Peterka.
Peterka,
Okay.
not 1-for-1.
No, not 1-for-1.
No
Probably not.
chance.
JJP is being discussed for Dobson.
Oh,
Islanders?
yeah.
Okay.
I think I saw.
That doesn't involve us, but yes. Dude, that would be
I
a
think
heck
I
of a
saw
trade.
someone else's
Yeah.
trying to get Peterka. Who,
So, if that's the case, that means it's going to take a defenseman to get.
I think it's more so that they want Dobson.
Yeah.
Ah,
well, yeah, because they're really looking for defensemen, at least
Yes.
right
Yeah.
side.
right.
defensemen.
Yeah.
So, who do we have to give up to get that then?
I mean, we got
Okay.
Willander, but
Yeah.
I think that ship's kind of sailed.
Yeah.
Notice how no one's really talking about that anymore. Trading
more.
Willander
Hmm.
now that he's signed,
And
Yeah.
but now they're
Lekarmaki kind of, right?
yeah, now they're talking about like trading Hronek.
That's so backwards.
That's so backwards, yeah. But I did see earlier today. I forget who has the 3rd overall pick this year.
I don't
I
know.
can't remember who it is. But apparently they're trying to get Peterka and they're willing to give up
Yeah.
the 3rd overall pick for Peterka, and that's not getting it done.
Whoa.
So,
There's no
is Buffalo kind of overestimating his value a little bit here?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
They can trade Demko for picks, then package those up with the 15th and maybe an actual player
For
or
forward. So somehow Demko and the 15th can get you something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. This is one of the guys we mentioned in our list.
Jack McBain. Oh yeah.
That was one of the guys.
How are
Yeah,
they
I
going to
like
get
him.
him?
I like him. Yeah.
Who's he
He
playing?
was an offer sheet.
He plays for Utah, doesn't
Oh,
he?
Utah. Okay.
He's an offer sheet candidate.
Great again. Whatever trade package you think Demko can get, you got to lower it. We haven't seen a big trade for a superstar goalie since 2014 when Ryan Miller went to Buffalo. Seeing those playoff run last year. Yes, you're right. That's what you were saying.
It's not that high. It's not
goalie
that high.
deals are not the bee's knees.
Like I said, I think Demko's worth first and a B prospect at best. At best.
They get McBain, they need to get Mendoza too. Oh, I thought they were talking about Luis.
Yes.
We lost a lot of maturity in the locker room when
Yeah,
Pearson went and
definitely.
Ian Cole. Oh yeah, Ian Cole
Yeah,
was a big
that,
loss.
that whole
Yeah.
with Pearson thing was
Yeah.
That was crazy.
All right, we have a lot of players from that 23-24 season playoffs that we wish we still have.
Zadorov.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Alfred just mentioned
Zadorov, Lindholm.
maybe not Lindholm.
Maybe not
I
Lindholm,
didn't
yeah.
really care for Lindholm, but
No.
yeah, I miss Zadorov, even though I thought he kind of jibbed us.
Mhm.
With the way he left. I did not like how he left. No,
Well,
basically,
did you expect him to take a discount though?
no,
Right?
I didn't.
Yeah.
But I think it was Rutherford who said, he wanted this.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, here you go. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I want this too.
Oh, so
And
he
then-
just kept stacking.
and then they gave it to him, and then he goes and signs with Boston.
So he
So
did us a
that's
little
why
dirty.
that rubbed me the wrong way.
He
with
did us a little
Zadorov.
dirty.
Yeah.
You never wanted to re-sign with us
Yeah.
in that case. So don't say that you did.
Mhm.
That's
Well-
my only gripe with Zadorov. Other than that, he was a gem.
I think Zadorov also said that he didn't like that Canucks were signing all their free agents, and if he was that important, that he wouldn't have been last.
Mm.
They signed Myers, they
That's
signed
fair.
everybody else before him,
Yeah.
and if he's that wanted, they would have signed him. Like biggest example, like you signed Drew O'Connor and Marcus Pettersson
Before
the
Boeser.
2 weeks before, like 2 weeks after you got them.
Yeah.
And
But you
then
could have
Boeser
done that with
was-
Zadorov, early, like all that stuff.
Or you could have done that with Boeser too.
You could have,
Yeah.
but that's the disrespect Besser's talking about,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah.
do it to me time and time again.
Yeah. And
Can
then,
you imagine being lower priority than Tyler Myers?
that's hard to put in.
No.
Now that the Miller trade has happened, I view the Lindholm contract negotiations completely differently.
Yeah.
In what way?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really glad we didn't re-sign Lindholm. I mean, he
Yeah.
kind of shit the bed.
They were gonna
He
offer
was
7x7, right?
Yeah, and he was not good at Boston
Dude.
at all.
And he was playing with Pasternak too.
Yeah, he was playing with Boston. And
That's a guy we don't really miss, for sure.
yeah.
If that's the problem, then go get Tavares.
If he even makes it
Nah.
there.
I think
yeah.
Toronto might want to re-sign him.
Yeah.
Probably.
Especially
They can't lose him and Marner.
Yeah, they can't lose both him
Oh.
and Marner. So
Yeah.
they're gonna only lose
Yeah.
one out of
Yeah.
the two. And
180.
it's obviously gonna be Marner.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Demko and Hedolf and Mancini for
Ooh.
Byram and Norris.
I'm smelling what you're selling there, Ryan.
Ooh.
On that one.
Mm. Wow.
Although I don't know about Mancini as well. Because I
You know,
really like
you know why
I like
Mancini's
Mancini too.
there? Because it's the throw in to cover up for Hito. Because
Yeah.
no one wants Hito.
He needs
That's why.
He needs to be the sweetener there.
He's the
Yeah,
sweetener.
yeah.
Because then it's old guy, hurt guy. Or actually,
Yeah,
they both hurt.
exactly.
And then you got Mancini. But Norris and Byron are also injury prone.
But letting go of Mancini.
But they're young. That's it.
Yeah.
Letting go of Mancini will hurt, I think, for sure.
Because that's the last piece you see from the Miller trade, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're basically
Basically.
trading out one injured guy for another injured
right.
guy in Norris. But Norris has a bit more upside because it's not head injuries.
No.
Yeah.
Because Norris has proven 30 goals and 80
Yeah.
points, right? Or
Yeah.
70 points, right?
I was mad at Miller back in January until recently when Alvin's comments about teammates coming to camp unprepared. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Me too, Sperman.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't ever mad at Miller.
No.
But
No. But
when Alvin's comments came out and say that, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
No, you remember before the comments came out, you were still like, I don't know, man. We only hear stuff about Miller. We never hear anything about Petey.
Yes.
And you're holding off. And then when you got this comment, you're
Yeah.
like, you know what? That's actually great. My stance hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Like, this only makes me respect Miller more.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Right? Like, this is
100%.
literally. Because all we were hearing with Petey stuff, or not Petey stuff, Miller stuff. That's all we were
Yes.
hearing for a long
At the
time.
same time, that was a time when we couldn't stop hearing the brass talking positively about Miller,
Yeah.
right?
Even at the end of the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It
all
was
we
good.
hear.
That was crazy.
Glowing
It was
review
crazy.
They didn't even
for Miller.
talk.
No, I love that.
They didn't even talk once positive about Petey.
Nothing.
At the end.
No.
Not much. Not much.
All they were like Miller.
Yes. Well, they knew their audience, I guess. You
Yeah.
know, they do tailor their message to who they know they're talking
They
to.
know.
Yes.
I mean, part of me was like, Jim, he doesn't He doesn't go here anymore.
Doesn't play anymore.
He doesn't go here anymore.
No.
Stop talking about him. As much as I love him.
Someone in the first.
Plus Canucks first.
Oh, Demko,
yeah.
Hito, Mancini, and a first one. Oh, I think that's an overpayment.
That's too much.
I think that's an
I would
overpayment.
get rid of the first.
No.
That's including the first is an overpay. That's too much.
As
See-
someone who
see
cusses like a
that-
sailor, it's challenging finding
that-
that balance, but I
you could
try
get
my best to
Paterka.
walk that fine line.
With that.
If you did that package, you can get
if you added
Paterka.
the first, you could get more than you. I would scratch Byram and Norris. Get Paterka for that. You could probably get Paterka for that.
With the first. with the first.
Demko, Hito, and a first for Paterka.
Yeah.
I think there, right there.
That could probably that
Yeah.
checks out more than the
I mean,
other.
yes, you're only getting one player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're losing Hito, a goalie.
Yeah.
But Paterka isn't going to replace Hito, but if you resign Hugh Suter,
I still hope that happens.
I do so as well.
Even though he seems like he's feeling like the second girl of the dance.
Yeah.
Oh, someone. Rain says, as someone who cusses like a sailor, it's a challenge finding that balance. But I try
I
my
guess
best
when
to
we were
walk the
talking
fine
Yeah,
line.
about-
let's keep scrolling.
No.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Go on and say it. Very well done.
I don't even know what that was about.
It's probably about,
the Oilers. The Oilers.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
Yes.
not being Canada's team.
Yes. Fuck the Oilers.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh no, watch this comment.
Canucks gonna get cooties.
Braden Coots.
Brandon Coot.
Oh, okay.
Cooties.
Damn, if I'm Minnesota, I totally take Joshua. Right?
Yeah, I'm if it actually is Joshua, I'm gonna be surprised. If it actually is revealed that it was Joshua,
Yeah, I want
I'd
that
be
to.
surprised.
Yeah, I want that to just be confirmed. But that's like I said, that's what I heard, and it will stay a rumor until then.
So do we think that we're gonna see playoff a 23-24 version of Joshua next year?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole cancer thing.
That's gotta be rough.
Gotta
man.
be rough.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Got the off season to train if it doesn't bother him anymore.
Yeah.
He's got the season to train to be on the same level as everybody.
Yeah.
Obviously, him having to get
Yeah.
surgery for
Yeah,
that
it's-
obviously mess with his training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was behind.
But
Oh,
Jordan-
What
Right?
did Ronick fetch?
Well, that's a first and something else.
Yeah.
Right-handed defenseman too, right? So, holy, dude, we have that much?
Buffalo only had Yuka, Pekka, Lukanen, and Levi. Why would Buffalo need Demko as well?
Well, I would
That's
say,
what we were saying in the car earlier
yeah,
today.
yeah. I would say the UPL isn't very good, hasn't been proven,
Yeah.
at least from what I've seen.
So that guy
And
can play
I know they have Levi, but they haven't really been very high on him either.
No.
Like he's
None of those guys are proven.
none of those guys are proven, and Levi seems to be expendable, and they could easily, just trade him for cap space, or like something, or like a draft pick.
Yeah.
He could, especially if they were to get Demko,
Yeah.
they could easily slide out one of those goalies, and
Mhm.
I would say UPL would be the backup for Demko if they made that trade.
Yeah, I mean, these guys aren't big names. They're not.
No.
They're not. Needle movers. They should have offered Joshua and Garland for Rossi. Keep the 15th overall pick. We need prospects. No $2 million bottom signings.
Maybe they would have done that if they had offered them that. I mean, but I don't know
Yeah, who
about
knows what
trading
they
Garland.
offered?
I don't know about trading Garland for that specific.
Dude, that's 2/3 of like one of the best third lines
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, thanks. I heard Raul rejected the trade involving Rossi.
Yeah.
You did heard that too.
Yeah,
If it was for the either middle six or bottom six, that's probably the reason why the Wild said no.
Mini wants a top roster
Yes.
player. in
Yeah.
return.
and Dakota Joshua's not that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear Kudretsov was only on the ice for 3 goals in the entire playoffs? Wow.
Yeah, and he was plus 18 in his
Plus
rookie
18,
season.
Yeah.
He's only
Uh,
21.
Defenseman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Nice.
unbelievable.
It's just two Jim
I didn't know it was
Rutherford
just two-
trench coat.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
troll.
Yeah. Is that a trench coat with nothing underneath? Or what?
Yeah.
Apparently, Carolina has a deal in place with Vegas to get Hurdle. Okay, well,
Oh,
that.
I think I heard that on the radio today. Kind of, but yes. Good. That's crazy.
Sabres it's about 14 years. They don't want the 15th pick.
Yeah, they want players
point.
now. They want
That's
They
they
good
want
point.
roster
now.
players.
Yeah, definitely.
No, we were talking about Buffalo on another stream, and They look like they were coming around last 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Tage Thompson emerging,
Didn't they start off the season with like 10 wins in a row, like a few seasons ago, and
Something
then they
like
just
that,
sucked
yeah.
and just didn't make the playoffs? I
Yeah.
remember that. That sucked.
Be funny if he starts hitting the smelling salts like Demko before every game, just to wrap each other. Well, the smelling salts, I've tried them before. They are, they're nothing to sniff at.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Shoot, where was it?
Oh, crap. It was way up.
No. Wait, we've already gone through here. Holy. No way. How can this be? We have that many? Just incredible.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for
Good to
joining
see ya,
us.
bud.
How do we... Holy, okay, I don't know where we are now. But we're going to go... we have 4 minutes left. We're definitely not getting through all the comments, but I don't know where we are.
I mean, if we did, my wife would kill
Oh! We have Messier 11 in the house.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
dude.
Somebody got,
What do you have? Why? What is this?
remember we mentioned something about having a barf bag on speed?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
where-
the one.
we
That's
would
the one.
Barf bag right now.
probably need
Ugh.
it.
Ugh.
Angelo the concierge
Peter Nedved, I
show.
remember him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were talking about here though.
Justin. Oh yeah.
They are
this is what
selling
I
tickets for
thought.
$5 to celebrate the Call the Cup at Abbey Center Thursday night.
Oh,
The Cup
Abbey
ring,
Center.
Yeah.
Oh, too far.
$5 to drive
the
to
Cup ring,
Abbotsford.
With the cup ring, wouldn't be surprised to see Equinly raise Abbey, right? Yeah.
Like 40%.
I mean, he did
Yeah.
it. He did it to us.
Is there a timestamp on this? 10:26.
26.
Oh, okay. We were
We're
probably
half an hour
still
behind.
talking about McGilly.
Oh, yeah.
Shy, very bad at English at the time. You didn't have to be good at English to sign autographs.
Yes.
All you had to do is, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep
Like,
going.
yeah.
Goes to the fun, yeah. Moroni hasn't been the most friendly guy in his time.
That's very
definitely.
true. I remember his little thing with J-Pad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah. Although his little one-liner about going golfing thing, that was
That was pretty good.
that was
pretty
fucking
good.
Great. I love that.
MV3 is 27th in even strength points for all D in the last 2 years. Led the Canucks with 9+. Carried Myers on the second pairing. Made the PK from the middle of the pack to second. He can definitely carry a D pairing. MV3 just looks like another Edler to me.
He's a good Tanev.
He's a good Tanev?
I think he's like a Tanev.
He's like Tanev? Okay.
He's like a very good complementary piece, but he's not a carry.
I hope we see that.
Yeah.
I hope we see that. Thank you, Rain. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Just incredible. Thanks for joining us as well. Do you guys know him?
I know
Yeah,
Justin.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fred Perry wants $2 million a year, like Corey Perry.
Yeah.
Corey
But
Perry.
does Oilers fans want that money spent on goaltending instead? I let's hope the Canucks, as a
I
Canucks
mean,
fan, the Oilers should extend
would
Stuart Skinner.
think.
Yes,
You know, you
please
think-
extend Stuart Skinner.
Yeah.
He's gotten you to the finals twice, so you got to
Yeah.
extend him.
Yeah, and then
Proven
choked.
Stanley Cup finalist.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then choked in the finals.
Yes.
Oh, and
Oh,
Bouchard too. That machine
Oh,
giveaway.
Oh, geez.
Why am I loving the fact that Edmonton's core is already old? Yes.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on Bouchard.
No.
The only guy I would be okay is the Nuge, but
Yeah,
even him.
I think I like Nuge a lot.
Yes.
Out of like Oilers players, Bouchard, I can't stand. It's like, part of me every time like I see his face, I want to be like, like, am I over here? Am I over here? Am I over here? Am I over here? That's
Oh
bad,
my
but
God. Yeah, that's hilarious.
yeah,
Yes.
no,
Oh, the Williams Tyler, we love
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean,
Love it.
Bouchard reminds me of. Have you guys ever seen what's that movie? Crap! It's Mike Myers' movie. The Love Guru.
Oh yeah,
Who is it? The master of Mike Myers' character.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, he's
Pink
some.
ball, and he's got the eyes. That
Oh.
when I think of Bouchard, I think of that. That's what I think of. When I see Boucher.
Okay, we'll have to splice those two together.
Right, it's 11.
It's 11, but thank you guys for joining us. But before we sign off, Japan 4.
Japan.
Japan 4. Here it is. Always makes an appearance. Love to see you, Japan.
We ain't getting
Shit
shit
for
for
them. He's not worth the first and second round pick. He's got to put a big package with our first round pick and young prospects to get anything back.
No, he's fragile, but he
You
can
tell
get some
him-
stuff.
You tell him Japan 4.
Yeah.
And if you're going for John, hey, that'd be smart.
Yeah.
I mean, please don't do it because I want you guys to keep sucking. But
Yeah.
if they were looking for a goaltender, then definitely John Gibson would be somebody they should go for sure.
So remember we were talking about. Oh wait, here's it. Remember we were talking about Hughes versus what was his name?
Kachuk?
Kachuk.
Kachuk.
There's a Hughes vote.
There.
Love Hughes, but let's not say much because we didn't ever have a deal. But Kachuk is a beast. I love Kachuk in the skate jersey. See, there it is. It's 1-1.
No,
all right.
I would love to see Kachuk in a skate jersey too, but Hughes is still better.
Okay, well, let's.
That's a good one.
That's a great question.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. The defensemen are harder to come by for sure.
Right.
They're more valuable.
You mean Ryan Whitney? Yes, that Ryan Whitney.
Yes, that Ryan Whitney. Yes. Okay. Anyways, guys, I think we've gone 2 hours. This is our most longest stream. But Tyler, thank you so much for joining us. We've loved having you here. You've been amazing, and I'd love to see unhinged, uncensored Tyler.
That was awesome.
Amazing. Hold on to this. We're going to get you. Tyler, tell us for the people who are viewing, and I'm sure the people who are viewing YouTube, but tell us about your channel and where we can find you, and where's the best place to communicate with the Line Change.
Well, you can find me at the Line Change. I believe it's Line Change Van on YouTube. That's like the username.
Cool.
So if you guys are, but on YouTube you can just search, the Line Change, and I'll pop up. You'll probably see my ugly mug on there. So. Although you probably see my thumbnails before you see my mug, unless you're like looking way back at my old videos. And you can find me on YouTube at the Line Change. You can find me on Instagram at the Line Change. You can find me on X at Line Change Fan.
Okay.
And then you can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. Just search the Line Change. You can find it there. You can find me on TikTok at the.line.change.po. I had a hard time with the TikTok username. I'm basically on all socials.
Yes.
All social media. I think the one, I wouldn't even call it social media. One thing I'm not on is OnlyFans, but
well, apparently not.
I mean,
if you want to search them, you can. Okay.
I mean, all you're gonna see is feet pictures. So, those are my socials. You can just message me on there. Obviously, you'll obviously see me in Clay's stream. Russell's.
Yes.
Tyler's awesome. He's in everyone's streams. He's one of the most.
Even this one too.
Yeah.
Even this one too.
Active members of the Canucks YouTube community. Go ahead and check out his page, like and subscribe, guys. But thank you guys for joining us. We've been it's been a good 2 hours. We riffed a lot, and thank you again for being this part of this live stream of the Canucks Uncensored, your #1 destination for unfiltered, raw, honest, candid, non-mainstream, and of course, uncensored commentary about your Vancouver Canucks. We will see you guys next time.
Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe to these guys for sure. Get these guys up to 1,000 subscribers.
That is our goal.
That is our goal.
We were able to do it for Russell.
Start slow.
We all did it for Russell. We can do it for these guys too.
Japan.
Keep going. No other shows than that. My wife's gonna kill me if I'm not home.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for joining.
Got to end stream.